So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone who's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.
Footsteps walking when I do, I hear the sound, but see nothing as I look around. I see many eyes shining, following everywhere I go. Every time I look in the dark, they're looking at me. A foul smell in the air as people walk around without a care. Shadows in the corner of my eye, but when I turn to look, there is nothing there. A blur passes by, but what do I see? Only that who calls my name from the forest, the same as my father do. My hair stands up on the back of my neck, I feel sick and dizzy now, disoriented, spinning around. A large wolf on 2 feet follows me, lurking and smirking from tree to tree, whistling for me to look as a clawed hand waves. My body tries to tremble, but I'm staying brave. Something sways back and forth, I look away. I remember my mother always told me that when I hear and see this in the woods or around town, I am to sound the alarm, but let others know predator Bigfoots are hunting, and I should go and let her know. My father knows what to do as he calls to other men too. Mothers find their children and let them know to stay close. Stay in the house and pull the shades down. Hold your breath and don't make a sound. On from the teaser before the predator Bigfoots are back and hungry for more. Man and woman form lines to clear the land. The brushes beat as townspeople walk from the street to the wood line, moving slow into the woods now, making no sound as a gifting tree is found. Food and children's items with sales and flowers too. Why would someone do this to our town? Putting us all in danger. The shoes of a stranger are seen. Someone has been feeding predator Bigfoots near our family's home. Trees bowed and pulled down, sharpened spikes placed in the ground as the forest goes quiet. Not a bird, cricket, or frog. The trees are still, the forest has a chill. Weapons now ready as all know the sign that predator Bigfoots are around. Now it's a trap as he slaps on a tree. A whoop over there and a breath next to me. Now whoops everywhere behind every tree. A raven's call, but that's not all. Coyote sounds, how his broken branches are heard. The babies cry, I hear a hoot, and an owl flies by a call for help. Then the sound of a scream, like a dream will come to the reality of now. Predator Bigfoots all around, they didn't make a sound till now. We all know, put the side at his head to slow their charge. People run from fear as others stand clear, calm in their aim as the ground is now stained. The forest now quiet as only few walk away. Now we look for the one did the predator down.
Which one? That one? Matthew 15:14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. And we'll pray. Thank you, Father, just for giving us this platform, for staying with us with this platform, so that we can be a help to you and the things that we know because of you, and just to help us share these things with others, to keep them safer, Lord. We love being on this path with you. We thank you so much for your protection and your guidance and your wisdom and your holy word and your son. And we just love you, Lord. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking care of our trackers and our viewers. And thank you for taking care of us. We're so grateful and we're so blessed. In Jesus' name, the name of your son, Yeshua. Amen. Amen. This is our date night, so we're fixed up from the waist up. We both have on shorts. But...
I put the fair use up there at the top.
Oh, perfect.
Just in case, because we had a little snafu the other day, last Watching Wednesday that we had.
That's why if you missed that one, you missed that one.
A little red. Been outside all day, so my face is a little red. That's just a little tanning, a little sunburning. Let's see where we're at. Everybody knows about our book, so we'll just go ahead and put one or two up. Prayers to Bigfoot and Spiritual Warriors Path. You can find it on Amazon. It's a manual, or called a manual, called Lifesavers. Help many people. The person who we'll be discussing tonight also needs to read this book, and not only that one, but also the Bigfoot Gifters book. They've been lowered on price, and that was Lead Tracker E's choice to do that, and also Monster Spotters. But so it's cheaper if you want to go get that now. But it may go back up, so it's just kind of a drop price right now, $20 even on Amazon. And if this person had this book, if you read this book, when you listen to this person, you understand that she needs this book. A lot of, we were kind of debating if we was going to have the Watch on Wednesday night, because we was looking for something to do a report on, but there were so many researchers out there who were just walking down the trails, walking down roads, and one of them said he was actually in the forest, but later you seen that he was on the trail. So then they weren't doing much, and a lot of them were missing a lot of sign. And they just didn't know where to look or what to do. So it was just people really just walking around like normal people, just talking really. So it's kind of hard to find something to do a report on. But we ran across this young lady. And if you were watching the one with the guy who the Bigfoot put his head in his hands and was feeling, and all you got to do is this, and snap that neck, and then he hit the alarm and made Bigfoot let go and everything, and he wasn't moving. His dog was in his sleeping bag, crawled in, scratched him up, getting into that sleeping bag.
Big dog.
After all of that, Yeah, big dog. After all that, he come out with the report afterwards saying that uh, that he was just getting a cranial massage. He was
Yeah.
that it was no big deal that Bigfoot had his head right there alone in the dark, reached through the tent, grabbed it, knew where his head was, and was feeling whenever that alarm went off.
As he's going, what was he saying? He was repeating something in terror to himself. I can't remember his exact words, but he was terrified.
Beep the alarm, something like that, wasn't it?
I don't remember exactly, but then the next day they completely second guessed themselves
While
and
he's safe,
dismiss everything they felt.
while he's safe somewhere else,
Yeah.
not in that situation where
Yeah.
his head is
Yeah.
in there and the dog is shaking in his sleeping bag. The next day when he's eating a snow cone or candy or
Yeah.
ice cream cone or
In broad daylight.
jujubes, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Away from that situation, then you're like, well, you know,
Giving
well,
other people bad advice.
yeah, and then he did that. It was just that's what's happening right there. Whenever that fear and everything's happening, that's the reality of what is there and what is around you, and your energy body that protects the physical body, and the physical body protects the energy body
That God gave you.
to do this. And when the energy body is telling you it's time to go, and all your body starts shaking, it's saying we've got to go. You're the one holding it back from doing what it needs to do, which is the spiritual body saying, I need to get you to safety. We need to go. Why are you
Being stupid.
Yeah, why are you hanging out here?
Danger,
doing stupid
danger.
things. Yeah.
You are prey.
But they come up with these, and we try to find some kind of word or phrase. Everybody uses that gaslighting, but even that is kind of, it's not stupid enough for changing fear into cute little. Well, that just reminds me of another person who was in that situation, and that fear was so much happening to him that he turned around and he seen, what was it, little
Kittens.
baby
Kittens.
little baby kittens
Yeah.
all around his truck, and he was like,
It was like his mind changed it because he couldn't process.
he couldn't take that much fear, and he walked over to the car and got in, and his partner drove off like, get in the car, and this guy's like, look at the kittens, and there ain't no kittens, get in the car, let's go. And
You pet the kittens, I'm out.
yeah, but that fear is the reality. That fear that your body tells you, those cold chills, that hair on the back of your neck,
Sickness in your stomach.
yeah, nausea, disorientation, everything. That fear, that is the reality of what these predators are about and projecting. And when you don't listen to your body and don't listen to your spiritual body, which is saying it's time to go.
Fight or flight.
When you get that feeling, listen to it. It's time to go. Don't, and I don't care if you got 20 people who think they're tough. If they don't want to go, that's fine. Your body is saying for you to go. Their body is probably saying the same thing, but they're just not listening to it because they want to be the tough guy.
Yeah.
They want to be the big and bad one. But I guarantee you, if you take off, they're going to be right behind you. Most of the time, they just need one person to break.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that in standoffs where everyone's holding their ground, but if one breaks and runs, they all start trickling after it. And I've seen that done, and I'm like, don't nobody break and run, but somebody always does. It's like those quails when quail hunting. I was going, all right, they get close. I think it's on that movie Bambi or something too. Another one's going like, hang low, hang down. Like they're getting so close and flutter off and they get shot.
And in this situation, it may be more brave to say, I don't care if y'all are staying or not. This is not correct. This is danger. This is dangerous. I'm leaving. Than to stay there and do something foolish just because you don't want to be you don't want people to think whatever it is they're going to think. And then the next day, don't talk yourself out of it and say, well, maybe it wasn't so bad. Maybe I didn't just about soil myself.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just my imagination. Don't just dismiss your own clear body and spiritual and physical body reactions and the warnings that you get from the Holy Spirit.
And I can guarantee you, we listen to our bodies. We was in a situation one time where nobody would go in these woods. It was a whole village area that kids didn't go in those woods anymore. People didn't hunt in those woods anymore. And we went and scouted that area for them. We got to this one pond area, and that's when we got those tingling feelings, and we both drew our weapons. We couldn't see what was there, but our bodies was saying it's time to go. So we backed out, eased out.
Mm-hmm.
We backed out. We didn't turn. We backed out.
Yeah.
And then when we got out of the wood line, we're just over a little ways where the whole village is, and kids are playing and everything. We're talking to one of the guys who asked us to go through there, and he actually went through it in another area, but we went through this by ourselves. And we told him about what happened, and we looked over where we came out, and there was a tree, and all of a sudden, there was something just got real dark in front of that tree. And then we was pointing at it, and then that tree just got, it just went back into the woods. So it followed us out of the woods.
Mm-hmm. And that was just the one we saw.
Yeah. But we listened to our body. When it's time to go, your body will let you know those tingly feelings, those, like we said, the hair on the back of your neck, things like that. We'll let you know. And when you get that feeling,
heart starts racing.
It's not weakness to take care of yourself. Mm-mm. And to protect yourself. And if nobody else wants to go, that's on them.
You don't have anything to prove.
You just let them know, I don't feel like this is a safe area, and I'm getting a weird feeling, and I'm leaving. So you can stay or you can go, but I would say, any kids want to go with me? Let's go. You adults who want to find out or figure this out for yourself, you're more than welcome. And if they're drinking or doing something like that, their energy body is stifled a little.
They're not sober-minded.
Yeah, they're not sober-minded. Their feelings, everything is not working the way it's supposed to be. And plus, they get 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Like, oh, nobody's going to tell me, and I can take anything on. I'm the biggest, baddest in the world. And
which you shouldn't be hanging out in the woods with people like that anyway.
No.
Just a bad idea.
But listen to your bodies out there. And this is what caught our attention with this person, Sonya. I don't know her last name, but we'll watch a little bit of it to see what's going on, because
it's less than 16 minutes, but we can stretch it out a few hours, we're sure.
Oh, we know we can. Usually we only get about 15 minutes into something, and that's about 3 hours. But this one we want to listen to, and we'll stop every now and then. And well, the trackers, they know, but normal people, they might not see what we see or hear what we hear. But
it's the same pattern with these people.
It is. And the fear, that's the reality.
Yeah.
What they do after that is it was okay. I was just
whitewashing.
Yeah, they fool themselves, but they always give you bad advice.
It is gaslighting, but we want a better word for gaslighting. It's overused.
Yeah, we want something.
Maybe y'all have a suggestion.
To change fear
And
to make it
to change good sense
peaceful
into
and good. You know, something really, really bad and fearful and just
that you don't want to stay in, and then you get out and you second guess yourself and you give bad advice to other people.
yeah, we need a word for this because
What is that?
because how do you just get scared out of your mind and then say, oh well, that was just because I was out there on Tuesday.
But you know what? Also, it's usually because they start talking to other Bigfoot lovers or to Bigfoot lovers and other researchers who tell them it's this, it's that, it's people that were not there.
Yeah,
They'll tell them there was nothing to be scared of, and
if you got good intentions, nothing will happen. That's what they will tell you, but these creatures don't even care if you're wearing a priest robe.
They're blowing smoke at themselves, these people.
Yeah, they don't care. Now they do understand rebuking and they do understand a child of God, but there are so many people who are not children of God. They're so lukewarm and if you're not a child of God, then you can spot the people who are faking it, who are sometimes, or they'll pretend to be that way, but if you listen to them, you know that they're not.
There is no true faith and
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
loyalty.
But they do understand that. They understand they can't touch these, but they can touch that one, and they can touch that one, and touch that one. And that's why there's so many being able to be touched, is because they're not that way. So let's, this is a fair use tonight. I'll put that on the big screen. Comments and criticism and teaching. We're not doing research because we don't do research.
And we interrupt a lot for two reasons. In reaction videos, we can't give our reaction unless we pause it and give our reaction. We don't want to wait till the very end and then go back through everything. As soon as somebody says something on these Watching Wednesdays, we react to that thing right there. We address it right then. And it helps with the copyright thing.
Yeah. And you can always watch this on the channel that we show. You're more than welcome to just go there and watch the entire thing without it being stopped or interrupted.
The link is in the description.
Yeah, here we break it down and show you what people are missing. A lot of things just fly by. And like we said, if you want to watch that over there, go watch the entire thing uninterrupted. But here we're going to show you what people are missing and what slips by and break it down for you. Because too much has gotten by, and once you hear the ending part of the conclusion,
yeah, that's it. Like the disparity between the reaction and then the conclusion
reality
afterwards. The reality and the conclusion.
They don't match.
They don't.
They don't match.
If you haven't hit like, do that. Check your subscriptions, and then also if you click on the link that says Peculiar Path, you can sub to that channel too. It went up one, went down one. It's at 9:58 now. It was at 9:59. I was like, almost there, and then it went back down one.
You know, we got
if you would.
like an orange name thing over here now. Right here.
Yeah.
It used to be blue.
Oh. Well, it's color coordinated.
And we're also going to put this banner up, but no, we won't. Well,
it's okay. Check comment real quick.
Yeah. We'll do all that later. Let me just save it.
Anyway, we're glad you're here. If you're a regular, we're glad you're back. And if you're new and you're a good person, we welcome you.
Mm-hmm. First person in the room.
Lorna, Tracker Lorna.
Tracker Lorna. She's always
first. The most punctual person ever.
I think when we put it on and she gets that ding, she's like, I'm in. Because I think it was right before 7. Because we was looking through some things and we was going, they're not
just
finding
nothing was
anything.
striking us today.
yeah.
That
People
we thought
walking
you
around.
would think was interesting.
People just walking around and saying they're experts. I mean, not experts, but researchers. And I was going, but what are you researching? You're just walking around on the path and
Talking.
the road and talking and hanging
Passing
out.
things.
Oh, passing things. Oh, look at Lorna.
Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Trekker Lorna,
Trekker Lorna. Thank you so much. Wow.
very much. Look, everything's orange tonight.
It is. Sage Cooley.
Sage Cooley. Wednesdays are for the watching. That's right.
Is that Sage?
No, different one. We talked
Oh,
about that.
Okay.
Yeah, different one. Sage Cooley.
And Trekker Lorna saying hi to Sage, and Sage is saying hi to Trekker Lorna. She's saying, how are you? Good to you. How are you? Good to you.
And you.
Oh, and
Sage says, I'm doing dandy, going to make some orange chicken with sesame rice and some mixed veggies on the side. That sounds really good.
everything's orange tonight.
That's funny. I didn't even catch that. And Sage says, hopefully nobody on TV talking about screaming in the shower. I about lost it last week with that. That was so funny.
I'm glad you caught that because, well, I mean, not that part, but because the last stream was taken down, so you actually got to see that one.
That's right. Nobody else will know what you're talking about.
Yeah, screaming in the shower.
Trekker Lorna says, yum, sounds awesome. It sure does.
This always is delicious.
Night Star
Night
says,
Star.
hurro.
Hurro.
Hurro, Night Stars.
Trekker Lorna is saying hello to us. Let me stop a little bit. Get this in there. And move this up. Okay. Trekker Lorna saying hello to Night Stars. Shade is in the house.
Shade says, who loves watching Wednesdays?
And
Glad you're here, Shade.
Sovereign Cosmic Wildman is back. All right.
Says, by the way, I have to run to work. I won't be here in the live stream saying, yo, Halito and blessings. Well, thank you for stopping by. And we know you'll catch up
Well,
on
it's
it
good
later.
exercise, though.
We're glad you
Oh,
stopped in to say hi.
I was doing some running today, too. I got some running.
Shade says, good evening. Trekker Lorna says, hi to Shade and to Sovereign. Sovereign says, yo, Trekker Lorna.
Yo.
Shade says, salute trackers, much respect. Same to you, Shade.
All right, Shade.
Sovereign says, wish I could be here. Love watching Wednesdays.
Oh.
Yeah, we wish you could too.
Yeah, we always like you in the
Yeah.
comment section.
Sage says, hi, Shade. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Shade says, let's hear it for Jerry and Ella, cool and wise people. Thank you, Shade.
Thank you,
Oh,
Shade.
I can't believe I almost missed that nice comment.
Sage is saying hi to Shade.
Shade says, I've been missing out, but I still watch on Thursday. Well, that's good too.
Yeah.
But we like your comments.
He says, Sage, cool. Cool.
Shade says, well, I'm actually tired. Been one of those days, so I have to leave. Okay.
Oh, okay, Shade.
Good rest and God bless to you.
Yeah.
Trekker Lorna says, yes, Jerry and Ella Williams are the best teachers, 100%. Thank you, Trekker Lorna.
Thank you, Trekker Lorna.
You make us proud. Sage says, be well, Shade. Love you, bro. And Shade says, absolutely, Lorna. And he says, well, I will watch the first half hour till 9:30. Did we? Oh, all right.
All right.
Well, that might be 9:30 his time. He
Oh.
may have left already.
Oh.
Shade says, truth. Oh, Trekker Lorna says, have a great evening, Shade. Shade says, truth, I need some watching Wednesday tonight.
All right.
And says, Tracker strong.
Trekker Strong. JR.
JR says, howdy. Hi, everyone. How you doing, JR? Trekker Lorna says, hi to JR. And Kelly's popping in on her
Kelly.
break, saying hello to all. Break time, hoping to jump on when it starts. Hope everyone is doing well.
All right.
Good to see you, Kelly. Trekker Lorna says hi to Kelly. Sage is giving thumbs up and love. That's the little channel. That's me there. And if you'll click on that and subscribe, maybe we can get that to 1,000.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's been slow going.
It's getting close to that 1,000.
Yeah.
Matthew 15:14 on the verse tonight.
Yep. And
they're leading everybody into a ditch. Hearts and waves, and
the Bible addresses everything.
Mhm.
Trucker Lorna says, amen. Sage says, I had a debate with someone about why there's not a lot of footage or clear pictures of Squatch. Well, I asked them if a 9-foot tall creature was in front of them, would they grab a camera? That is a good point. Also, we've had blocks of photos just disappear and be nothing but a black screen on our phone. We know people that have had their, they collect the evidence all the time. And we actually do have a lot of photos, but there are a lot more photos than people would think that have disappeared and been taken. These are some of our photos right now. So we do have a lot, and they get way bigger than 9 foot too. So make sure everyone realizes that. So, and really, you can't debate with people if they parrot that script all the time. All this time, not one body, no good footage, no evidence, no this, no that, and it's just the same script they're all reading. Just like, what was it we were talking about the other day that they all say? Some are good, some are bad. It's like drilled into their head. We're on repeat. You could write their words for them.
So that was just a couple of photos.
Yeah.
And well, if they're debating, I would send them this way and say, hey, just go over there. And they got some pretty good ones. We got videos of Bigfoots in the trees. So
yeah. Sage says, not gaslighting. They practice willfully negligence and due diligence in ignorance, right?
Yeah.
Night Star says, hi, Lorna. Tracker Lorna. Sage says,
in front.
Bad Pup says,
Bad Pup.
We have over 20 senses and many that are underutilized, like listening to your inertia fear mechanism. Fight or flight, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. Yes, listen to your senses, absolutely. We're perfectly designed.
Yeah.
Tracker Lorna says, hi to Bad Pup, and we say the same. And Bad Pup says, I'm hypersensitive to external stimuli, so heightened already is good and sort of bad being overstimulated.
Yeah.
And Bad Pup says, Tracker, hi. And Tracker, do you have an experience where you felt a bad cryptid was nearby and your instincts kicked in to get away? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Which tracker? There's a bunch of trackers here.
Yeah. All of them has
every
some
one
kind
of us, really.
Yeah.
Bay Otter's here. Say
Bay
hello,
Otter.
everyone. Tracker
Hello.
Lorna says, hi to Bay Otter.
Mm-hmm.
B Moore's Finest 1047 says, does spiritual discernment help you while tracking Bigfoot, or I think that's supposed to be Dogman, etc.? Or do you mean to say dormant? I don't know if that was autocorrect.
I think it's
Absolutely
misspelled
it does.
Dogman. Yeah, definitely. We use that and we pray before we go out, pray when we get back in.
Very important. Every day, all day. Tracker Lorna says, hi to B Moore's Finest.
Mm-hmm.
And they say hello to Tracker Lorna, I think. Hello, T. And Bad Pup says, yeah, there was a somewhat recent sighting of a 12-foot Sabe, we hate that word, with a video. Try to remember where I saw it. And I only say that because the ones that usually say Sabe are Bigfoot lovers, and they're just, yeah. But yeah, they even get bigger than 12 feet too.
We're going to play this video for 1 minute and 37 seconds for all the people who may not have seen a Bigfoot in the wild. Here's one in the tree. We've got a circle for you. So
we've got some new people in the room.
It's only a minute and 37 seconds, so enjoy real fast.
The stench of a wet dog, rotting flesh, blood, mixed with the stink of a tarantula, or rotting snakes, or no scent. The Bigfoot being observed here is herding deer to us. Through observation of humans, the Bigfoot can separate hikers from hunters, weapons or no weapons, a hunter or a hunter of Bigfoots. Trackers observe baseline to tree line first. We use the shadows. We go tree to tree or bush to bush, blending into our environment. The shadows are very important to read. It is called shadow language. Distinguishing shadow upon shadow. If your visual or sense of smell do not pick up the predators, your body is made of feelings and sensors to protect you spiritually and physically. Your feelings and senses will tell you where the predator is located. If the predator is behind you, you will feel the hair on the back of the neck. If the predator is on the right or left, goose pimples, shivers, or wind will be on that same side. To locate the predator, turn towards the place of the first feeling. This is the first alert for warriors that war is here.
Being the lead tracker for the...
And that was just for some of the new people. If you haven't seen a Bigfoot in the wild, I guess you would say. But this was actually in the backyard, maybe about 150 yards from the person's house. But there was more. I mean, that was the most visible one, but there was more bunched in there. And there were some translucents that we have another video. We should show that video sometime too.
Do we have just a still photo of the translucent for ones that haven't seen that? Is that what it is? And also, you might have to be still for a couple hours before they will even move. They can sit still. They're not nearly as fidgety as people are. That mouth keeps moving.
The researchers, they just walk out and talk and look around and talk and
make noise,
and they don't listen to the birds. They don't listen to their surroundings.
They don't know bird language, shadow language.
The Bigfoot that we just showed you in the tree, that was at a distance, so it was probably about, I'd say it was a small one, maybe about 6 foot, maybe 7, but it was thick. I mean, it was like it was small but thick. And this is actually another one that we caught in the same area. And this was probably about 8 foot, I guess. And
if you're new to the channel, you may not know that they have different characteristics. So they all come from the same original predator, which we talk about in our book and in other live streams. So they're all going to have different features depending on what in their lineage they have been feeding on and eating. So they're going to have those different features. So when you hear lizard man, dog man, monkey, bear, pig, Batman, goat man, turtle,
frog, Batman.
These are all things that we've heard, and because of those are the different features, that's why those features are showing up. There's a binding DNA that like Frankenstein's monster pulls together all these different features. Those are all part of the original predator. So those are Bigfoot predator hybrids.
And you know, all these
that was alligator. You know, some people might call that alligator man.
Yeah.
But it's still part of this. For our purposes, all everybody needs to know is they're all predators. Not one is your friend. Not one is here to be your big brother. Not one is your ancestor.
Or your...
You know, the only human DNA in them is from eating.
Yeah.
Or, I can't say the word, but are blank ping them.
Yeah.
People. It's people. It's not because they're part of our lineage, our natural God designed lineage. They're not us. They want to be us. They want to replace us. They hate us. They will trick us. And if you think you have a relationship with them, You're just being fooled, and your food in the pantry. You're useful at this time, just like with a friendly demon.
And if people are in that situation, get them this book, Bigfoot Gifters. If they think they're in a relation or have, not just a relation, but
Like communication and mind speak and anything like that, or
get them that book and let them read it. And that book right there tells you what is all involved and what they're getting themselves into. But also, you see these researchers and Bigfoot groups and whatever, but how many of them have a Bigfoot on video, not just to mention the clear photos, but of actual Bigfoot in the tree, moving around, moving his mouth, and at the very end of that video, it stopped and froze because we sat in the tree line because the birds alerted. So we sat down for about 2.5 hours and didn't get up. I backed up to a tree and sat down, and there was brush, so I could just look over it. And I was like just becoming a part of the tree. I just sit there, and this other tracker was saying, let's go track. And I'm going, okay, but hold on. We got to let everything settle back down. And it was about 2.5 hours, caught that movement. Got that camera up and zoomed in and just waited and said, there it is right there. And I'm not sure how long we videotaped, but that was the clearest part of it. And but if they should all have video of these things. It's not hard to get. Just got to be patient. But you see all these researchers jumping out of their car and taking off in the woods or going hiking and camping and all that stuff. These things are patient. They thrive on not being seen. So, but they're patient to a point. If you are patient, if you don't move for 2, 3, 4 hours, you're going to see the forest move around you. Mm-hmm. They're there. You just have to outweigh them. Like we say, let them make the first mistake. And always remember, a predator is a predator. No matter what size it is, it's going to eat, and it will eat anything. So don't be fooled out there. Don't be thinking these things are going to be pets.
We've seen ones that look cute.
Those are the decoys. Those are the ones that are saying, come on.
They're dangerous.
They're trying to get, and even those small ones are dangerous. They got claws. They got teeth. They know how to use them. A cat will tear people up. Mm-hmm. A mad little bitty cat will scratch and tear and rip flesh, bite. I mean, just continues.
Demons will pretend to be sweet little girls in pink nightgowns,
Let's catch up on the comments, and then we'll begin. How about that? Let's see.
We're down, further down. Right
there. We go.
Yeah. Bad Pup says, you don't like Sabe? Oh, okay. So Sasquatch is preferred? You can call him whatever you want. We're just saying, for our purposes, that's why we usually, if we say it and we write it, we'll try to remember to say Predator Bigfoot, just to drill home that these are not friends. And most of the time when people say Sabe, it's because they think that they're friendly forest creatures and guardians and things like that. That's why we shy away from that.
And the reason we have it on this channel as Sasquatch Choctaw Tracking is because of the algorithm. Because people are looking for Sasquatch or looking for Bigfoot. So one of those two, but if they type in Sasquatch and this shows up, they're going to get information they can't find out there. Yeah. So we're doing that just to help other people. Edit
running into Kelly's back says, hello everyone, break time, yay, watching Wednesdays. Hey Kelly. Right. Bad Pup says, are the translucent squatch the same as the cloaking ones?
Yes.
Did we ever show a picture of the translucent?
Oh,
I think you started to, but I think we got
here's a
other pictures.
cloaked one.
You're looking for those lines, or it looks like a watery haze, or the haze on a hot highway. They'll look like that, or like moving water, or water with form.
Crystallized look. Crystalline. Like
If you've seen the movie Predator, it was designed that way for a reason.
I wonder where our other picture is.
We're missing one.
Of the other translucent. Oh, here it is. And here's another one.
You look, yeah, that one's more easy to.
And we look for those little lines,
See.
those little gray lines. It gives them away. But, you know, when you're mixed up with the trees and everything, you just got to know what you're looking for and use your body to feel where they're at.
And this is also why they tend to stand behind branches and things, because it may not need to be a whole lot of branches. It just makes it easier for it to distort and break up their silhouettes.
Mm-hmm. And Kelly says, "Don't fall for the Bigfoot gifting trap."
That's right.
What that?
Even if they leave you the gift first,
Yeah.
that's just, it is exactly what it is a trap. Thank you, Tracker Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, best predator Bigfoot advice right here. Thank you. There's
War
War
Chief. All right.
It says, hello, everyone. We were wondering when you were going to get in
He must
here.
have went out and had him.
Glad you're here, War Chief.
Went to the Texas Roadhouse, I bet.
Kelly says, good evening, War Chief. Good to see you.
Trucker Lorna saying good evening, or hi to War Chief. They are saying hi to War Chief.
Kelly saying hi to Tracker Lorna. And she's saying hi back. And she's saying hi to JR.
JR. All right.
Okay. Now we're going to get into this 16-minute video. And it's called, we'll see it in just a second. Oh, we need to, I was going to say flip everything off, but I guess that's a bad way to put it. Turn everything off. And we need to turn everything off and
We'll spin everything around
Spin
and get ready.
everything
Give us
around.
1 second.
and set everything up, and we'll be right with you.
Hey, it's pretty lined up.
Yeah, not bad.
All right. That's actually pretty good. And let me also. What's that sound like? There we go.
So we have our pointer sticks, but we don't really need them, although we may want to bop her on the head every now and then. And if you hear this, that is our BS bell, and that means we hear something that's BS and that we need to address.
No, because I'll put it up there. It's going to get the light here. So it's probably the best we can do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So this is Sonya. And Sonya.
Oh, and I forgot. You keep talking. I'm going to go grab my paper.
Oh. Sonya had an experience, but not like a, let's say, war chief. Not anything like that. But her body her body is what we're listening to, even though she's not listening to her body. Let's see, JR, and JR saying hello to everybody. Track Lauren saying hello to JR. And Bad Pup saying thanks for the cloaking translucent pick. Also, Glitter Man has also been used to describe. Yeah. I got some pictures of Glitter Man. He's yellow in the picture I got.
Well, I couldn't find the paper, but anyway, the name of this is Flash of Beauty, and the episode is Sonya, Sony, and the link is in the description. Fair use, fair use.
Kelly is saying she loves the BS bell. He said, all right.
Shade's happy to get to it.
All right, here we go. Now we want to listen to her, and we're going to let it go for just a little bit. It's just so you, and we'll stop it, from time to time, but let's just kind of hear what she's talking about here.
And we have to stop it from fairly often too, just for the copyright thing.
Yeah.
Giving credit to my mother, she, growing up would always tell. Giving credit to my mother, she, growing up would always tell us when you have that feeling in your stomach and something's weird, you should listen to it. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far did we get in? 8 seconds.
She'll repeat it again in a second.
We got in 8 seconds. I had to stop it.
And don't second guess yourself the next day.
And we talk about this in the book, The Predator, Bigfoot, the Spiritual Warrior's Path book, under the
body's natural warning signs.
What page is that on?
I'll look it up. Should have it memorized by now. You can keep talking, I'll find it.
She says she'll find it.
It is on page, it starts on page 114 of Spiritual Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path.
Page 114, the body's natural warning signs. And even her mom is saying, if you get that feeling, it's time to leave.
Saved her so many times, and me the same. And this was a feeling of like abject terror, like just bad.
Yeah. Abject terror. Bad. I'm going to write those down.
Bad. Abject terror.
Terror. Those are not commonly used, Yeah.
Abject terror.
So let's see how at the end she twists that around in her brain.
Yeah, abject terror.
Abject.
6 years. It'll be 6 years this summer. I work at the coffee shop in town, and I spend a lot of time outdoors. I'm really into fishing, and I do a lot of nature journaling. So, being outside and around animals and tracking and all that, bird watching, it's just kind of what I do. But I'm from.
Did she say tracking?
Bird watching and fishing.
Well, I thought she said tracking.
Nature journaling.
Because if she was tracking, she would know what prints are.
Back it up a little
Being
bit.
outside and around animals and tracking and all that, bird watching.
Yeah.
It's just kind of what I do, but I'm from Seattle originally, so it's been very, very instructive living out here and being in a place where there are many large animals. My introduction to Bigfoot and Sasquatch came from my mother, and my mother has been a lifelong believer. She grew up with Patterson-Gimlin footage on TV and was always firmly convinced that they're out there. And, like a lot of kids do, me and my brothers kind of like, poo-pooed it. She had a story about being on an overnight drive with her mother in Northern California, stopping. The two of them had to pee really bad. So they stop and they go to the side of the road, and they're both like peeing a couple feet away from each other. And all of a sudden there's just this feeling and like the sound of these heavy footsteps on like the forested ground. And they both just looked at each other, and without exchanging any words, they just immediately both like stood up, pulled up their pants, buttoned everything up, got back in the car and drove. And they didn't talk about it for like an hour until they were like, what was that? And, like a lot of people were like, oh, whatever.
So it terrified them enough that they had to like practically not finish going to the restroom, get out of there, and couldn't even compose themselves to talk about it because they were busy trying to wrap their mind around it.
And that's the body saying it's time to go.
And the mind trying to follow. Yeah, and there's a spirit body saying time to go too.
Yep.
And the mind is not caught up yet.
At least they listened.
Yeah, and tried to warn her.
Yep. They're telling you get that feeling, go. Don't be hanging around there.
Just heard something. It was, it was a bear, it was a person. But after I had my experience, it was like.
Did she say that they changed it to a bear or a person?
And, like a lot of people were like, oh, whatever, you just heard something. It was, it was a bear, it was a person.
Other people.
Yeah, other people, idiots that weren't there.
Yeah.
That think they know.
Like those Bigfoot conference people.
Bigfoot conference people and like critical thinkers.
What gets me is there's people who write books and they've never seen a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And people buy it all the time just because they're on the Nature Channel.
They've collected information everywhere.
That's just amazing to me that.
As long as they say they're collecting information.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind them doing stories of other people, but putting their input in when they've never seen one or never been around one or don't even know the patterns or what to look for. I mean, I know now because we've had the channel for what, 4 years or something like that.
5 years.
5 years. I'm sure they've picked some things up, but we've noticed that a lot of researchers are calling things a little different.
Yeah.
Instead of a Bigfoot blind, they'll call it a nest.
Yeah.
Or they'll call it, something. They just change it
just
a little
like
bit.
That guy earlier. Yeah. That guy. They called it. It's corrals and chutes, and that's what we call it in our book, and that's how we train the trackers. But he was calling them playpens because he had to put this, and this was the. What do you call himself? The world's number one researcher or best researcher or something like that. And we had actually interviewed that person, and I can guarantee you he learned more from us than we did from him. And he never came back for part 2.
He never come back.
But anyway, so he called them playpens, and we're like, no, they're not playpens. Quit trying to make it in. You're trying to humanize something that is not human.
Trying to humanize a predator.
But after I had my experience, it was like click, and it like totally made sense. And we talked about it, and it was interesting how much parallel or over.
No, she said when she had her experience, it clicked and it made sense. Oh.
We're getting mixed up which camera to look at.
But she was saying that when she had her experience, because her mom and her friend had a similar experience of just having that feeling, and they knew it was time to go, so they got up and got in the car and took off. Didn't even talk about it till later. And other people told them, oh, it's a bear, it's a squirrel, it's probably a blue jay, that scared them like that.
Just a person. But
until she had her own experience, then she said, then it clicked. Then I knew exactly what her
so she was probably one of them that was telling him maybe it was this, maybe it was that.
She was one saying it was.
She said people say.
And she was kind of making
don't do
fun
that
of her.
To people. Yep.
Yeah. Bad Puppy saying hello to War Chief. Shay said he made it. Made it in for a few. JR said another Bigfoot beauty.
War Chief says, evening, Bad Pup. Bad Pup says, everyone see the recent Flash of Beauty video where Bob Gimlin was hypnotized debunking the Patterson hoax? Hadn't seen it. Shade.
Also, Bad Pup, we're doing a. This is for criticism and commenting on this video, on what we're doing here. So we don't need to be talking about Bob Gimblin or any
we want
other.
to try to stay focused.
Yeah, let's stay focused on what we're doing here. Try not to take
detours.
the comment kind of section over. And also, monitors, watch this, because if it goes any further and any further, you know what to do. But we need to focus on what we're doing.
Shade, because we want to help as many people as we can to be safer, everyone, and you too. Shade says, it seems that people are being told Bigfoot is good from others and people want to see the positive, etc. And it's kind of like maybe Bigfoot seduces. Well, we know they do.
Yeah.
Shade says Bigfoot will act all innocent until it attacks. Exactly, like
Will.
Like Scott says, it's all okay until it isn't.
Mm-hmm. And this is for Bad Pup. That's the first warning.
And,
Let's
and
stay focused.
You may
on,
not have known, but you don't now.
And we just don't like it whenever we're teaching to have the comment section taken over, which distracts people from what we're doing. All right. Are we ready? Now, so she's about to talk about her encounter because she's saying everything clicked. Now she knows what Mom's talking about.
Now
Made sense, and we talked about it, and it was interesting how much parallel or overlap there was in the two experiences. My experience happened in 2022. 2022 was the summer of the Goat Rocks fire, and I don't know if that has any significance, but it's a piece of context. There is a lake just outside of Packwood. I'm not going to give the name away, but it's not difficult to get to necessarily. And I had started spending some time up there because I learned that this little lake, really more of a pond, had been stocked with cutthroat trout a number of years ago. And they were kind of populating, and sounded like a cool place to go fishing, and I fish a lot. So I'd gone up there a couple times, you know. My partner, my brother went up there, like went exploring, like just you know, nothing odd. It was really cool. You go up around the corner, you can see almost a 360-degree view of the Big Bottom Valley. It's awesome. Little campsite, whatever. I also realized that there's a ton of huckleberries. So when September rolls around, right around the time of this fire, I say to my coworker, I say, hey, do you want to go huckleberry picking with me? There's this old dirt road and it's all janky, but hey, we'll take this beater Subaru that we got. We'll go up there, we'll go pick some huckleberries, we'll have a good time. So that's what we do. We go up there and we got our, you know, our equipment, and we're picking huckleberries, and we're chit-chatting about this and that and life and family and everything. A really nice baseline. It's a sunny day, like birds are calm, everything just feels good. And we've been picking and I remember like it had been almost 2 hours exactly. So like really just calm and zened out. And at one point, you know, something just breaks that serenity that has been unbroken for 2 hours. And the detail I always describe, it's hard to understand if you're not from the Northwest, but when the needles from all the firs and pines and everything build up, they create a layer of duff that can be kind of hollow, that can get hollowed out, or there can be little caverns in there. So basically what I'm saying is if you grab a stick and you smack the ground, it'll create this hollow resonant, almost like a natural drum or resonant chamber. And I heard something like that. It was like a thunk, thunk, thunk. And it was so loud and so sudden that I like my heart jolted. I thought I could like feel it in my feet. I was like, that's weird. And so I...
She says, that's weird.
Heart was in her chest. That's peculiar.
And her heart jumped into her throat. And she's never heard this before. She's heard similar, but this isn't the same thing that she's hearing, but she's saying it sounded like that. So pay attention to what she's saying.
Stop. And Douglas's squirrel starts doing they have this little chicory call. That's why I call them chickories. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a little weird. And then a Stellar's jay starts doing this. And I'm like, okay, that's something upsetting. And it seems like it's something on the ground, but you know, I'm not totally sure. So I just go, hey. breaking the silence, and it's quiet.
And we see this with a lot of people, and even, well, they're campers, and they got YouTube channels of camping all night or going camping, and they're showing their new camping gear, and they finally run up on some things that are out there in the dark, and they'll say, hey, they'll say, is anybody there? Or
Hello?
Hello? But if something was to say hello back, they would take off running. So it's always, I think it's a nervous thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That they just want to get some kind of acknowledgement that something is there that they don't see, or somebody. Or if they hear a growl, they're going to take off running. If they see a shadow, they take off running, and they'll run a little bit and stop, which doesn't make sense either. If you're going to run. Don't run 5 feet, stop and turn around. And,
oh, I hate that.
Oh, it's just. But that's nervousness to say hello.
Well, if it's a predator's not going to answer.
No, it's going to stay quiet. Even a predator person is not going to answer. They're going to stay quiet. And if, like a haunted house or something, if you hear something, you might say hello and, wait, but you're not going to hear anything. But if you do see a spirit or a Bigfoot or a dog man or walking wolf or chupacabra, anything like that, even shadows or blurs,
don't try to strike up a conversation.
Yeah, don't. It's not there to shake your hand. It's stalking you. It's following you. It's wanting to see if you're going to be a meal or not. And so when people do that,
just say anything. Say Jesus.
Say rebuke. I rebuke you.
No.
Say a prayer.
Oh, God.
Call God. That's if you don't see anything. But if your body sends those signals, it's time to vacate, time to move, time to, get back to a safe area where you can make something up in your mind.
Yeah. And if it hasn't spotted you already, just be quiet.
Yeah. But it knew that they were there because
Sure.
It was beating the drums or beating the trees or stomping the ground. But she doesn't know what it is. And she's been making fun of Bigfoot. And, there's so many people out there that will say, well, until I see a Bigfoot, or I've been in these mountains.
That's the phrase. I got to see it to believe. I'm one of those people that has to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
Well, do you believe in God?
Yeah. You see
Have
God?
You seen it?
Believe in love? Believe in air?
But that's another repeat phrase. I got to see it to believe it.
I like the one. I've been in these woods here for nearly 50 years, and I ain't never seen no
We beat
Bigfoot.
that the other day with that old man. 80 years, he said.
Even in that Bigfoot movie, Boggy Creek, he said, I've been in these woods or swamps for 50 years, and I ain't seen no Sasquatch. I always thought that was so funny. Fern is here. All
hey,
right.
Fern, glad you're here.
Track Lord say hello to Fern. Awards Chief is saying hello to Fern too. All right. Good to see you, Fern. Glad you made it. So she's just hearing this little boom, boom, boom.
3 drum beats is what it sounded like to her. 3.
Yeah. And there's so many people that's heard that out there. And who was that Matthew Money Faker? He would say, well, I was the first one to recognize the 3.
Did you believe
the
that?
boom boom.
He said the wood knocking. He was the first one to recognize.
Recognize it
that
was a Bigfoot.
What, communication? Or
No, that it was a Bigfoot.
that it was a Bigfoot?
He's full of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
If you ever see a researcher or a tracker and they're going out there with a baseball bat in their hand, unless that's their weapon, don't go with that person. Unless that's the only weapon they have, don't go with that person because they're going to be tree knocking. Don't go.
they're going to be whooping and tree
Don't go out
knocking.
there with people tree knocking.
Don't go out there with anybody whooping and tree knocking.
Mm-mm.
We had a person do that, And we turned around, and looked at him, and said, "Don't do that. Not out
He
here.
just
not
grinned.
with
He
us."
thought it was so funny.
And then Bigfoot came up later, and had that real stink smell. Well, that one time at the fire, and we just said, "I'm going in."
He didn't think it was so funny then.
No, because he went in too. He didn't stay out there with that smell.
And then once it was coming up around directly to his house, trying to get the AC and get pushing
Knocking
around.
on the windows.
Yeah, then he would call us for help, but he helped to
Call them in.
call him in. Yeah, bait him in, and thinking it was funny, but bad mistake.
They thought it was funny till it wasn't.
It was all okay till it wasn't.
Okay till it wasn't.
And I'm looking at my friend, and she's looking at me, and we kind of both have these nervous smiles, like, okay, it's okay. Let's just fill up our last little containers, and then we'll get out of here. It'll be fine. So we're picking, and like another minute, 30 seconds, I don't know, but not long after, it happens again. And now my pulse starts to race.
Well, they must love those huckleberries.
Yeah, they must.
That boom, boom, boom. I said, "All right, see you."
Why would you just go, it must be nothing. That's not odd.
Must be
to
nothing.
you?
Animals are
That's
going
peculiar.
off. Animals didn't get quiet because she's not saying they're still.
Get out.
Yeah. You had a ghost in the house. Get out. All right, see you later. Ain't buying this house, that's for sure. I don't care what the price is. But you hear that. If we heard that,
Don't blow yourself off.
first thing we would do is take it off safety. It's all right. You got that? All right, let's start
All
easing
right.
out.
God, that's enough berries for me.
That's never berries for
We're
me.
all right.
Yep. I don't need 2 pies. I'm happy with 1. Let's go.
Yeah. It didn't happen if you just eat the berries the whole time.
Like your nephew or
My grandson.
grandson and all the berries. Did you eat the berries? No, all purple faced, purple hands. So now it happened again. First time they were got that nervous look at each other. They already know something's up.
Why a nervous smile like
Did you hear that? She's like, "Yes, I heard that. That's why I got this nervous look. I'm looking at you."
Did you throw that rock? No, did you?
No, did you? Oh my goodness.
That was on last
That was
week.
Boo Boo and Bobo. Did you throw that? Did you throw something? No. Did you? Man, if I threw something, I wouldn't be asking you if you threw something. Those two. Well, the whole crew was bumbling. But this is getting into that same kind of scenario. The first boom, 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 and they're all nervous already. They're looking and go, "Well, let's just fill up this pot and let's go."
They've been picking berries for 2 hours. Y'all don't have enough berries.
How many berries you need?
Good Lord. The back of that little, what kind of car
What?
was it? The back of that little car should be full
Should
of
be
berries
filled
by
up
now.
with 2 hours of berry picking. You got a berry patch? Come on. I wonder how big they're.
Bound to be more than one berry patch around.
They must
here.
have
Move
big
on
like
down.
pails
I
or
don't know. I don't know what they bring. 5-gallon buckets.
5-gallon buckets.
Because she said we finished filling up our little buckets or something like that. Did she say little buckets?
Oh, she might have been. I think those buckets a little bit bigger than little. Took you 2.5 hours. You still picking, and you still ain't got it filled up. Oh my goodness! But now they're nervous,
Nervously smiling.
nervously smiling,
Of
and
course, I could get on a roller coaster and terrifying as it might be, I'm laughing the entire time.
yeah. Now, did
Maybe
she
it's
say?
that sort of thing.
Did she say that she said, "Let's just fill up our buckets and go"?
I'm not sure. It's just a couple of seconds.
Okay, I think I got it there.
Like another minute, 30 seconds, I don't know, but not long after, it happens again. It's okay. Let's just fill up our last little containers, and then we'll get out.
Whoa! Good
Our
job.
last little containers. So
Well,
they brought a
yes.
bunch
Okay,
of
Let's
containers.
just fill up our last little
That's greed. That's greed, and that greed almost got you.
Now 2.5 hours. You see how big? Do you see how big that container is that she's talking about?
How many?
She said,
Yeah,
let's fill up our little
Our
containers.
last little containers. So they've been filling up containers.
Or their last
Little containers.
They must have brought
Brought
everything.
every butter dish in the every one of Grandma's
laundry
butter
basket.
dishes
She brought the laundry basket, trash sacks.
socks.
She emptied out the waste basket. Brought her socks.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Brought some
It
caps.
wasn't worth it.
Brought some ice chests.
So
And
the
she-
predator Bigfoot said, "Are you stupid?"
You taking everything, woman.
Boom, boom, boom.
And not only that, if your last container is this big,
You can leave without that.
you don't need to fill up that last little container. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it
Come
go.
back another day.
Come back.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Go buy some berries.
But she's like, we still got to fill up this last little container. That's a little greedy.
Because it is greed.
That is greedy.
And she wouldn't. It's greed and it's pride because she didn't want to admit she's scared either at this point yet.
Bigfoot was probably going, what are you doing? You taking all the huckleberries?
Oh, these two are slow.
These two. And they're slow.
Slow and greedy.
And slow and greedy. And they're probably filled a whole bunch of huckleberries.
Right.
I bet she tastes like huckleberries.
Look, take a sheet, shake the huckleberry bush.
Yeah.
It works for blueberries.
Oh, I love blueberries. Fresh blueberries off the bush. Good. But she goes, let's just fill up our last little container. Come on, let it get out of there. Don't fill up your last little container. Let it go. Let it go.
Containers, and then we'll get out of here. It'll be fine. So we're picking.
Woo!
Pick it after that.
She is like,
pick it.
now
Just
they're in a
because you
hurry.
tell yourself it'll be fine doesn't mean a dangerous situation is going to be fine. Just
Well,
'cause
look
you
at
say it'll
that
be
scary look at that.
fine. It'll be fine. No, really.
It'll be fine.
25 more berries. I'll be ready.
She got a container this big, and now she's picking. Let it go.
And like another minute, 30 seconds, I don't know, but not long after, it happens again. And now my pulse starts to race, and like my breath gets shaky and shallow, and something feels intensely wrong. And giving credit to my mother, she growing up would always tell us, when you have that feeling in your stomach and something's weird, you should listen to it. It
Absolutely.
saved her so many times, and me the same. And this was a feeling of like abject terror, like just bad.
Ooh. We don't even have to have that much. If we get a feeling, it's time to draw
You
your
don't have to
weapons,
wait for the abject terror.
take it off safety, and ease out.
So there is a lot more to that feeling than just the sound of 3 thumps.
They were already scared, and when that happened
You
again,
knew you were prey.
you knew you was on the menu if you didn't move.
Abject terror. Bad. Remember that she said those words.
Yeah, remember what she's saying right now. This is,
And let's hear how she talks herself out of it.
yeah.
And
She even took a breath there.
so
Look, her cheeks are getting flushed. She's
this-
back there, right there in her mind. She's back there.
Yeah.
so at this point, my concern is to get my coworker safely back to her truck, because I'm the one who asked her to come up here, and this is happening. So I was like, get your bear spray out.
I don't think that was, I think you knew she had bear spray. I think your first concern was get her bear spray out. Get any kind of weapon we got. I don't think you really was concerned about your buddy, but you knew that your buddy had something you didn't. Because she didn't say she got her bear spray out.
Yeah.
She didn't get her knife out. She didn't get her moose call horn.
It is
whatever
true
it was.
you got your friend into that situation, but you didn't know what you didn't know at that time.
The first thing you said was get your bear spray out. You didn't say let's go get to the car. You said get your bear spray out.
Because we just stayed a few berries too long.
Yeah. But when you listen, she says her first concern was to get her friend out there, but her first words were, "Get your bear spray out."
Mm-hmm.
That's not the first
You
concern.
could even see her trying to compose herself.
First concern is like, hey, we got to go. Come on, leave
Yeah.
those berries. Let's go. It's time to
Yeah.
go.
You could be getting that bear spray out as you head to the car.
But she said, "Get your bear spray out." First thing she said was, "Get your bear spray out." If your first concern was getting her out of there, you should have been like, "Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Yep.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna wait for you. Let's go."
Yeah.
Just, we don't know. And so I am hurrying her to my car while I am yelling over my shoulder in the direction of where the sound came from. And it, like, the closest thing I can describe it to was like coming home from a hike in Glacier National Park in Montana, coming home a little bit too late. Sun started going down. Berries were ripe. I was scared. There's grizzly bears. So I was like yelling. So I'm yelling. I'm hoarse. I'm freaked out. Get her into the car, crank the key
Screaming.
and tear off back home. And it's just like, that was weird. What was that? That was weird. It was so weird.
She was screaming.
She was screaming.
Those weren't protective yells. Look how red she is.
She's
back in that trauma.
Yeah.
She still got some PTSD
Hey,
from this
Scott.
event.
Slav.
Hey, Scott. Says something about that woman isn't there.
Yeah. And Fern says she did. And Scott says something about that woman isn't there. You got that right. She's not. You're right. And
trying to make a joke later.
This reminds me of a lot of kind of city people, kind of who's never been really out in the woods or lived out there. City people, especially those people who don't believe in Bigfoot because they're in the couch or the sofa at mom's house or in the basement, behind the computer. Never been out there, don't know what to look for. Saying there's no such thing as Bigfoot. I haven't seen a Bigfoot until I see one.
Therefore, there are none.
Yeah. But then there's so many people like, whenever they have their first encounter, like the hunter, maybe it was the same guy. No, maybe it was. Where he was tracking him. He was coming out when he was moose hunting. And he said he's the biggest, baddest one in the thing, and he's got the weapon, but he's like, this weapon ain't gonna work. Yeah, once they actually have a sighting or be in that situation, it's a whole different ball.
Perspective.
It is. When they know that 30-30 isn't gonna be what it takes to take that thing down, and that's not the only one that's there.
So if you're somebody sitting on the fence about whether they exist or not, or whether they're good or bad, you better err on the side of caution and be respectful to anybody trying to tell you what they saw.
They're trying to help y'all out there. Most of these trackers here and a lot of the viewers, they're helping people out there. And then we hear that they, ran into some hecklers and things like that. But, like we say, dust your shoes off, dust your feet off, keep going. There's people who need you out there.
Yeah, you can't convince somebody. Don't even waste your breath.
Don't even waste your breath. They're going to find out on their own.
Yeah.
And we've had people kind of do that, then come back later when it's like find tracks or stuff like that. Then they want to know a little bit more.
After being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would even say we've got viewers who were disrespectful, who know that we won't talk with them anymore, who still watch our channel just to get more information. Because we do see some of the information being used on other channels. But as long as they're doing it right and giving the correct information, it's not a problem.
We want them to be safe too.
Yeah. Help people out there. If that's the way you're going to do it. But, make sure the information is correct and don't be guessing or doing opinions.
Yeah, it makes me livid when they tell people that it's must be their fault if they got stalked or attacked or frightened, or well, you must have had bad intentions, or even though they don't know at all what they're talking about, just because that's what they want to believe.
Yeah.
There's those people too.
Oh yeah. So she's freaked out of her mind. Her friends,
That was
they're
a good
both
screen capture.
driving down the road. Should have been her point. They got out of there as quick as they could. I don't think they filled up that last little
The
pail.
bucket's probably still laying up there.
Yeah, they probably dropped the bucket, took off running. But at least they got out of there. At least she's there to talk about it. And her body was saying, let's move, it's time to go. And her friend had the same situation because her friend didn't argue, didn't say, no, I need to fill up my last little berry thing.
I wonder who owned the car.
I think she did with her. She said her little beater thing. But they're out of the woods right now. And this is when everything begins to be okay again.
Mm-hmm.
When they feel safe again, when they're out of that situation.
And I went home and I nature journal and stuff. So I went into my journal and I did a little comic and tried to figure out what was going on. And I decided to do this process of elimination. If it was a deer,
art therapy.
what would I expect? If it was a bear,
Yep.
if it was a cougar, I'm like, I wouldn't have heard or seen anything if it was a cougar. Could it have been a weird person? Possibly, but that's not how weird people typically act. So, and then finally I'm laughing at myself because I'm like, oh, it could have been Bigfoot. Sure, whatever.
Mocking
Sure.
herself now.
Sure, whatever. And she's like you said, she's doing it to herself now.
Even though she knows her mom went through it, her mom and whoever that was with her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't get over it, and it was bugging me, and it was freaking me out. So maybe a week
Traumatized.
later, this would have been the same day that the fire started. I went up there and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let this frighten me. I grew up running around downtown Seattle as a little kid. I try not to be intimidated. I'm
She
the
grew up
scariest thing
around
out here,
Seattle as a kid, you're right. She's a city kid.
Did you hear what she said?
She was brave. The baddest thing out there. Same thing that Hunter said.
Yeah, that's the same
But
thing he said.
That was city time.
Yeah. That was when you know everybody in the neighborhood. Especially if you lived in that area for a long time.
What if she finds out they're in the city?
Yeah. Yeah, they're there too.
Guess what, Sonya?
Guess what, Sonya? But she was I'm the baddest one out there. And that's what she's thinking.
She thought.
it was freaking me out. So maybe a week later, this would have been the same day that the fire started. I went up there and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let this frighten me. I grew up running around downtown Seattle as a little kid.
How many bears live in Seattle and cougars, rattlesnakes, on your block? How many giant moose and all these predators are in Seattle? I mean there are some, but the parks, the Bigfoots are.
Town, yeah.
But how many bears does she see walking down the road, and how many panthers and cougars and things like that? So, and that's what we talked about. People who grew up in the city who haven't been out in the woods. They're not fishermen, they're not hunters, they're not, and even some of those, they don't know what to look for because they're fishermen, they're hunting, but they may be hunting for a deer, they may be hunting for a squirrel, or
So they're focused on
raccoon.
the thing they're looking for, or on those fish, or
And they don't know that these Bigfoot leave sign all over the place. And they'll say, well, that's from the snowstorm of 1413 or something.
and that they're a competition for the food
Yeah,
that the predator Bigfoot eats, and that they are also prey themselves.
and they are food, yeah.
I try not to be intimidated. I'm the scariest thing out here, So
I can kind of give her that one.
She is. Well, I actually like the girl. I think, she's. makes a bad decision at the end, but she's got a good personality, and I admire her moxie as far as that goes.
Going
and
back
it is
out.
good to face your fears, but not to the point of stupidity and putting yourself in dangerous situations on purpose. God even says, "Don't tempt him."
Yeah.
I didn't want to be intimidated. I went up there by myself and was like, you know what? I'm going to go
Because you
back.
couldn't
to the
talk
same
that
place
girl
where
into
we
going
were.
back up there.
Okay.
I'm singing on that one.
Couldn't talk nobody going back up there.
She said, "I don't think so."
You have a friend say, no.
I don't even like berries.
No, I don't like berries. Are you going to fish? I don't like fish either.
I'm tired. All out of bear spray.
All the bear spray. I used all of it last time. I don't know what I was spraying, but I was spraying. There's good fish up there. I don't care. Great. It's great scenery.
Thank you.
No,
I
thank
got
you.
this thing.
I got this thing. Hey, but call me. Call me when you get back.
Call me. Let me know how it goes.
Tell me how it went. Tell me how your trip went. All right, so but call me. All right, I'll see you when you coming back. Okay. All right.
Scariest thing out here, So I didn't want to be intimidated. I went up there by myself and was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to the same place where we were picking huckleberries. I'm just going to throw some spinners. I'm going to pick some cutthroats out. And I'm going to convince myself that that was a little weird, but nothing
She
crazy.
said she's going to
Go up.
convince herself. And that's exactly what she did.
Yeah, she's gonna convince herself it was just a figment of her imagination.
Just throw out a little spinners. Is that a fishing term?
Yeah, those spinners,
And then what was the other thing she said?
just fishing stuff.
Okay.
Pick some cutthroats out. And I'm going to convince myself that
And I'm
that
gonna
was a little weird,
convince
but
myself.
nothing crazy. So I go up there and I feel just super uncomfortable because to get to that spot, you have to take this really tight little windy game path,
Okay. And we tell you every bend, every curve is a potential ambush spot. That you were eked out for a reason.
Look at her look.
Those are blind spots. Yeah, does she look like somebody who's convinced herself of anything?
She ain't convinced herself yet.
She ain't convincing me
She
either.
ain't convincing me with that look.
Every time you pause, it's on a highly distressed look. Sonya,
She's talking about that small path that's got brush all around it.
tight, you little bottleneck.
Bottleneck trap.
You already know what's up there. And you're realizing that you are voluntarily putting yourself in this situation. What was that comment earlier? They're volunteer. Sage Cooley said something like that. Voluntarily. I don't remember the term she used, but it was voluntarily stupid.
This is like someone who's about to jump out of an airplane with a parachute.
I used to want to do that.
They volunteered to
I
go
think that
pack
stage of my
up.
life has passed, but I
And
would
then-
have. No, I'd probably have been pushed.
Yeah, I was in the military. Want to go ranch? Nah.
I'm good. I
I
told him
wouldn't
once I
jump out
walked
of
through
plane.
fire. He said, "Why?"
Other people like to
But
jump out of
why?
planes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I was like, matter of fact, why did I do that?
Why did I walk across those
That was stupid.
I don't mind rappelling, but
You're tethered
And
to something.
yeah, and I don't mind rappelling out of a helicopter because we did that. But as far as jumping out of a plane at 3,000 feet and trusting someone who packed my shit,
Yeah, I was fixing to say.
maybe I don't like, or maybe we had an argument. No.
No, thank you.
And this is that situation look right here.
You
Said-
did it, and I did this to
I
myself.
did it to myself. I
I got nobody
voluntarily
to blame but me.
did this to myself. I came up here knowing there was something up here.
So remember this look too later on. This is the look of I just got myself into something bad, and I feel abject terror around every single bend that I'm willingly putting myself
And still going.
through and still going. Because I'm going to
That
prove
is
something to
just
myself.
Stupid. That is stupid.
And the pond, the lake, has fallen trees that have fallen into it. And so if
Now,
You mean
fallen trees or trees that are pushed into the lake is used so animals can go down and drink water, or water animals can climb up on it. But this is a trap because the Bigfoots are watching, and if this animal goes down to get a drink and the Bigfoot just shows up right here, all the animal can do is go into the water. And if it goes, and Bigfoot's got all night. So if that, whatever, say it's a raccoon, and it jumps into the water, starts swimming across, all Bigfoot has to do is just walk around.
wear them out.
And that raccoon will turn and just walk around.
Sadistically have fun while they're doing
Just
it.
watch them get
They'll
tired.
do it to people too.
And tired and tired. Even when the raccoon is so tired, Bigfoots can swim. Just swim on out there and grab it. Or that raccoon is either going to drown or it's going to try to make it to land, which Bigfoot's going to just be waiting on it.
That adrenaline's been pumping. That fear tastes good.
Yeah, and if some, like an otter or not an otter, but some kind of animal comes from the water and uses that to climb up, there's Bigfoot just waiting for it. Oh, she's even kind of making the same.
Oh, wow.
Wow, she's almost making the same thing
Same gesture.
because I think she even talks about she climbs out on one of these
On the
things.
log, yeah.
And just like we talked about, Bigfoot could be standing right there while she's out here. The only place she's got is go into the water. And I don't know if this girl is a professional swimmer, but
I'm going to go with no.
I'm going to go with no on that one. But she's not going to last too long in the water. And the Bigfoot's just going to stand there and watch her.
Or Bigfoots.
Or Bigfoot.
Predator
There's another one over
Bigfoots.
there, another one over there, another one over there, another one over there. And even if she swims across, which she said it wasn't that big of a pond, but I tried swimming across a pond I thought wasn't too big either. And I crawled out of that one. And as soon as I crawled out and made it to the bank, I fell asleep because I was so tired.
Not to mention, if this is an overgrown pond on the sides, it could be tucked up under there in the water at the edge. If it's depending on how much of the tree's in, how long it's been, how fresh it was. The tree top may be in there as another blind within the water. They may be underneath the bridge, what we're calling a Bigfoot bridge.
And
Any number of traps there.
When I swam across that river, I didn't think it was that big until I got out there. I got halfway, and I'm thinking, I don't think I can make it. But if I turn around, I still got to go the same amount all the way back, which I'm like, I don't think I can make it. So I thought, just keep going. Maybe it's closer. And then I got to a point where I was back paddling, floating on my back. Then I turned over and started dog paddling. I dog paddled until I could touch dirt. And then I crawled out and just got enough out of the water. And I fell asleep.
And even halfway is, you're not starting out as fresh. When you're halfway, you're already tired.
Yeah.
So if you're halfway and you're getting tired, boy, you're really in trouble.
Yeah. And I thought I was too.
You were.
And, well, I was, but I made it.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, thank you, Lord. And but me just getting out of the water and going to sleep because I was so tired. If that Bigfoot catches her out there and she jumps in the water, she's got to swim across that pond, and there's going to be another Bigfoot over there. She's going to see it. She's going to turn around and start going sideways. And there's going to be another Bigfoot over there. So she's going to turn around and go the other way, but there's going to be another Bigfoot over here, and she's caught in the middle.
Now what?
Now what? Now what?
If
Talking
you're
about potential-
being careful and keep your
We're
balance,
talking
you can
about
step out
potential
onto those
situations.
fallen trees that have fallen into it. And so if you're being careful and keep your balance, you can step out onto those logs and cast a little bit further. So that's what I did because it made me feel a little bit safer not being immediately next to the tree line. And I'm like, everything's fine.
So she went further into
The
the
trap.
trap because it made her feel better. How about if you just don't feel good about everything, you just go ahead and tuck tail and go on out?
Yeah.
What are you afraid of?
So we're further out
Your
onto the
pride with the
trap,
predator?
and a lot of people don't know that's a trap. And when they see it in the water,
It's common sense.
but it should be. There's a lot of Bigfoot researchers out there that don't know that that's what the Bigfoots do to capture prey that goes out to drink water and, you know, come back, or they make it go into the water.
Even human weirdos, human predators could surround somebody like that in an
easy.
isolated situation out there like that.
Yeah. And get them when they come, you know, so come on in, you know, because people are going to go like, I'm too tired to try to, I got to get to
There's going to
land.
be no fight.
Yep, there won't be no fight.
Everything's cool. I'm not all alone out here. And then all of a sudden I hear from behind me the thunk, thunk, thunk sound again. And like my heart just dropped. It was like, oh no. Like I really wanted to just have that be me imagining things, you know, and like right at this point in the story is like when I start to get like chills and like goose.
All the things we talk about starting on page 114 of the book.
Which is the body's natural warning signs. It's in the book.
To just have that be me imagining things, you know, and like right at this point in the story is like when I start to get like chills and like goosebumps. Because so I turn around and I am just so scared all of a sudden in a way that I've never been, not when encountering like moose, not when encountering bears, not when encountering scary, violent people, which I have. But it's like my knees started trembling. And you know, like in cartoons, when people's knees start knocking to make the sound effect, that's what they were doing. And I didn't know that was a real thing. And I felt like everything got cold and shaky and uncomfortable. I felt like I was going to throw up and I wanted to cry at the same time, but I would.
Those are not normal body reactions, even with a scary human like what she's saying. So you know the amount of danger. Your body knows the amount of danger that you're in. Your mind just will not accept it.
And she's in a trap.
Yeah. Her body knows it. Her spirit body knows it.
The
But
only
her mind is...
The only way she's got is to walk into that sound or go into the lake, go into the pond.
And then what? Yeah.
She is in a trap, what they call rock and hard place.
Yeah.
And she knows it, and her body knows it. Her spiritual body knows it. And
But she's stubborn.
it knows we're in a trap. We got nowhere to go. Either we go into whatever is making that sound or we go swimming.
Yeah.
So the body's going, you know, when your body knows there's no answer, no way out, no easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
It's either a hard way or the hard way. And the body just lost it. It started shaking all over the place. It couldn't handle it. And she didn't know that could happen.
Mm-mm.
It's the first time her body, her people's minds will try to convince their body or themselves that it's okay. You know, the situation is controllable, it's handleable.
Pretending
Pretending.
I'm the baddest thing out here.
But the body said, no, we know
How
we're
did you
in a
get me into
situation.
this?
And they don't know whether to break and run or swim, or it's going through situations of what we got to do. And if there's nothing, it just like, what do we do? How we can't get out. And that's a situation. You can't get out. And she's only got two ways out, and that's going directly into whatever is making that sound that's made her feel this way, that's found her again, or she goes swimming.
That adrenaline surge. And she's thinking, and I came back after whatever this was, warned me out of here last time. And I just came back again. Now they're probably warning me and mad.
She put herself right in a deadly situation.
that's what they were doing, and I didn't know that was a real thing. And I felt like everything got cold and shaky and uncomfortable. I felt like I was going to throw up, and I wanted to cry at the same time, but I was so scared. So I'm standing there just trying to see what happens, and I'm like, hey, like, you know, maybe if it's a person, they'll say something back. And then out of the trees comes flying this like 6 to 8 foot, you know, dead branch, and it lands like, you know, at the tree line. I'm sure if it wanted to hit me, it could have, but it didn't, and I'm grateful.
Hate that phrase.
Yeah. You know, what throws a 6 to 8 foot tree at you?
And I've been in that situation.
I've never been in that situation.
I was.
When I go in the woods, I go slow and easy, and I got my weapon, and I'm ready to use it.
Well, this was back before I knew you, and when I was still realizing what was going on, and the only people I knew were Bigfoot lovers that were giving me terrible advice.
Wow.
I'm safe now.
Yes, you are. Yes,
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jerry.
So this branch comes flying out, or this log comes flying out at her.
And I always say, to describe the power of the force, there was a time I was at a zoo at the elephant exhibit, and the elephant didn't appreciate me and my friend standing there, so she picked up like a big stick and hurled it at us with her trunk, and it hit the trees above us and it shattered and rained down on us. That was what it felt like. It was like you need to go. I've had enough of you, and it's time to go. So at this point, I'm in a sheer blind panic, and I'm just like yelling. I'm like, hey, you stay. I'm going. Just stay there. We're good. And I run, and I'm like looking around, like doing circles, and I get back to the Subaru, and I hop in, and I roll the windows up.
I just had to catch her look. Her eyes are wide open.
Yeah, she keeps going back there in her head, spinning in circles.
All the way out, she was watching her back to see if there's anything that she could see coming after her. She was so petrified.
Mm-hmm.
She
Abject terror.
Lucky she knew where that Subaru was, because a lot of people get lost and run the wrong way.
You bet.
And they go deeper into the woods.
And that they weren't between her and her vehicle.
Yeah, which they were probably waiting at the vehicle, but luckily they just
let her go.
Yeah.
Could have just as easily gone the other way.
Sure could have been. She's a lucky woman.
I crank the key and I take off, and I have not been back to that lake ever since, even though it deeply intrigues me. And the reasons for that are that A, it's terrifying.
6 years. That was 6 years ago.
Is that what she said?
Even though it deeply intrigues me. And the reasons for that are...
It took her 2 years.
We're good! And I run. And I'm like looking around, like doing circles, and I get back to the Subaru, and I hop in, and I roll the windows up, and I crank the key, and I take off. And I have not been back to that lake ever since, even though it deeply intrigues me. And the reasons for that are that A, it's terrifying.
I want to catch that look.
Even though it deeply intrigues me. And the reasons for that are that A, it's terrifying.
And
Terrifying, yeah. And yet you want it. That's demons wanting you to self-destruct that you're listening to that would cause you to put yourself into that kind of danger. Those are unhealthy thoughts. That's not your body's natural thought. That's not your spirit body's natural thought. Those are demons whispering to you and influencing you to make decisions that will cause you to die.
Let me see if I can catch this. We're going.
Look at that. Why would anybody put themselves in that situation on purpose? Or encourage someone else to? So remember this look too. We should have screenshotted all these different
This
looks.
is 2 times in the same area. This woman has been scared and chased out of there.
This here is the baddest thing walking.
That's the baddest
In
thing
Seattle.
walking in Seattle. You ain't the baddest thing out there in the woods. I can promise you that. And she hadn't said anything about God yet.
No, I hadn't heard anything about praying.
Mm-mm.
So she doesn't have that protection either right now.
No.
You know, she doesn't have that comfort or that. Yeah. Goodness.
This is pure terror right now. And she said I was looking around, going in circles, and you could just see her, you know, this person running with her hands up like this and looking around and going in circles.
And the first time she was
look at all the
screaming.
woods. Yeah.
Well, this time too, she was yelling too, saying, I'm going, I'm going.
Yep, that's fear also.
You stay, I'll go, as if, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll let you run things.
Mhm.
And B, that road is really difficult to navigate. You want 4-wheel drive, and it's so.
That's not a reason if you done went up there twice. But now it's too.
She can't get out of there fast enough.
But now she can't get it back up
she
in
don't want to
there.
wreck it getting
the
out
third
of there
time.
at 100 miles an hour.
The third time it's too tough to get up there.
Yeah.
I don't want to get up there again.
And, you know, it's not
way too
berry
tough.
season, and I'm
Yeah,
left-handed.
and I don't even like fish
Or berries.
or berries. I'm a non.
Or lakes.
Or lakes. I hate lakes. I hate trees. I like skyscrapers, stop
Seattle's
signs.
looking better every day.
Yeah, I like.
I'm going to the coffee shop.
I like coffee shops. Look, it
Everywhere.
says Mountain Goat Coffee. I'm gonna go coffee shop, Packwood. Yeah, it's just I don't like tent. I don't like camping. I don't like
None of it.
fires. I don't
None
like.
of it.
I don't like marshmallows. I hate s'mores.
But I want you to love it.
But yeah, but it's safe for everybody else.
so overgrown that you'd want a vehicle that you didn't care about the paint job on. I would love to go
It's
back.
about the paint job.
That's not a reason. That's not a reason.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's
You
not.
saved face.
And she said the first reason is because I'm absolutely terrified, and the other reason is, well, you know,
Abject terror, bad, 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 cold, shaky, knees knocking, so scared, blind panic, sheer blind panic. I've had enough of you, is what the feeling she got, spinning in circles and terrifying.
and now she's saying she can't. She don't want to go
The
back
paint
because
job.
the paint job. She don't want to run
I
her
should
paint.
get on that one.
But the main reason is it's just absolutely terrifying there, and she don't even like fish anymore.
To navigate, you want 4-wheel drive, and it's so overgrown that you'd want a vehicle that you didn't care about the paint job on. I would love to go back. I think about going back
Would
with
ya?
like a group.
Would you?
Well,
Oh, with the group.
she said with a group.
Group, look at that look.
With a group. With a group.
With the group. A
She-
well-armed militia.
Well, yeah. That reminds me of that scared kind of monsters TV show, whatever. I don't know what it was, but this young girl got scared so bad that she said she'd never go back, and then she started dating a guy who was a cop. Took him out there. They got scared again.
Oh, yeah.
And then she broke up with him.
Yes.
Then she started dating a Marine.
Yeah.
They took the Marine out there. He got scared. She came back. Then she
She had to keep getting bigger, better boyfriends.
yeah, to go out there with her. And they all ran. They say, no, you're crazy, woman.
With people and having a camp out, because it is a nice spot, but
It's pretty.
that
It's pretty.
She said, I go out there with a group.
to navigate, you want 4-wheel drive, and it's so overgrown that you'd want a vehicle that you didn't care about the paint job on.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
would
the
love to go
reason.
back. I think about
If I
going
had
back with like a group
clippers.
of people and having a camp out, because it is a nice spot, but that you know, and all of the scary, challenging, potentially
Hey.
traumatic experiences I've had in my life, there's nothing that has filled me with this primal elemental feeling of like just existential prey animal terror. And
Primal, back it up a little. I'm going
I
to
am.
write that down. Primal, elemental. feeling of prey
And predator.
and predator. Okay.
But also, even when she says, maybe go out there with the group, it's
Did
a
you see her
great
hand
place
try
to
to
go
choke her so
camping.
she'd shut up?
And it's a great place like that. But then she goes, but even then, she goes, then she really thought about it. She didn't say it would be a great thing to do, and I'd spend all night out there. She goes, and I'd go out there with a group, and it's a great place to camp. And then she goes, but even
What else can I come up with?
even then,
I'm out of gas.
yeah, she come up with a lot of. She goes, but even then, I don't
Her
think she
hand
would.
instinctively reached up to try to shut her up.
Yeah, choke her. Her own hand tried to choke her. So we're not going out there. I will choke
Grab you by the throat if you try to take
I will
me out
choke
there
you
again.
right now. We are not going. You want to end this? Let's do it. Let's not be eaten alive. Let's take ourselves out. But if you hear what she said, she's like, even with the group, then she goes, but even then,
Yeah.
and then she goes to how she felt. But she said, I'd like to go out there with a group, but even then, she didn't finish it.
Great job on. I would love to go back. I think about going back with like a group of people and having a camp out because it is a nice spot, but
She tries to tuck her head like a turtle.
that and all of the scary, challenging, potentially traumatic experiences I've had in my life, there was nothing that.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's listen to this one part where she says, even with that group.
Great job on. I would love to go back. I think about going back with like a group of people and having a camp out because it is a nice spot.
She just shelled up. She turtle
She
shelled.
did.
She turtle shelled. She put her head in her shirt. When she said, I like to go back, and her head just dropped down into her shirt. Probably in her stomach. She dropped it. She turtle shelled. What's your turtle shell? What's your turtle shell? And she's talking big and bad again.
Great job on. I would love to go back. I think about going back with like a group of people and having a camp out because it is a nice spot. But
I mean, she was good. If she did go, she would be turtle shelled that whole time.
Everybody got their bear spray.
Everybody got their bear spray. Get it out.
but that and all of the scary.
Stuttering.
She said, but
She
that
stuttered, yeah.
you like to go out there with a group. Then she turtle shelled. Then she said, but even that, and then she goes to saying something else.
Going back with like a group of people and having a camp out because it is a nice spot. But
Can't even keep both eyes open.
that and all of the scary, challenging, potentially traumatic experiences I've had in my life, there was nothing that has filled me with this primal elemental feeling of like just existential prey animal terror. And it definitely affected my ability to spend time outdoors by myself. I was terrified to just go on a stroll for like a couple years, but
So even in Seattle,
Yeah, so this happened,
Even
6
in
years
town.
ago, and it took her 2 years to, after that second episode, to even start going out again.
even in town, she was afraid to go out because there's something out there, and she knows there's something out there. She was even in the city when she got back home, she was still afraid to go.
I really worked on it and tried to educate myself.
Wiping sweat off
She
her
is
brow.
wiping
She's
sweat.
flustered.
She is sweating right now
Yeah.
just thinking about
She
it.
worked on it, bless your heart.
She worked on it. Yeah. But you did it to yourself.
You did do it to yourself. You wouldn't have been nearly so bad if you'd have stopped that first time.
And found information before you tried to do that, or at least let people know there's something out there. Instead of keeping it to yourself, trying to figure it out yourself. And that's, if people would just get this book and read it. There's information in there that can help everybody. It can help Sonya. That's why we said,
Everything
Sonya,
she's talked about is in the
get
book.
the book. Read the book, Sonya.
It's been out for 3 years.
Yeah, that was hopefully y'all can hear us. Yes, ma'am. This line's gonna plug in. You want that? You want the lights back on? Okay, so camera's back on. Give us a second. It's just the camera. It's not the.
Just the camera's out.
On. Give us 1 second. Technical difficulties. Because we want to finish this.
So, after saying all these words, and let me run through them one more time. Abject terror, bad, 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 cold, shaky, knees knocking, so scared, sheer blind panic. She felt it was saying, I've had enough of you. You need to go. She was spinning in circles. It was terrifying. Primal elemental existential feeling of prey. I can't read my writing there. Terror again. With all of the scary, challenging, potentially traumatic experiences she's had. Terrified of strolls. Now she meets with some Bigfoot people when she's researching. And now listen to how she switches it around.
A lot more confident now. And as like weird and creepy as it was, I am grateful for that experience. And I'm grateful it wasn't more frightening. Part of what made me feel so made me jump headfirst down the Bigfoot rabbit hole was that, since I was 13 or 14, I've been really into nature journaling, which if you don't know is you go out and you observe nature and you ask questions about it and use words, pictures, and numbers to learn more and have a richer experience. And so to me, it's like, if this phenomenon is something, and I think that whatever we want to call it, something is creating these patterns of behavior and phenomena, then it's on some level it belongs to this world, and I want a nature journal page of it, which is a little crazy and it's like a joke.
It don't belong to this world. It wasn't supposed to be here.
You let those Bigfoot researchers,
yeah, these researchers
lie
are
to you.
telling you things like that, and they don't know. That's these researchers don't know, and if you're listening to them, you're getting the wrong information. You're getting how can you put that? It's you're getting information that has been kind of just put out there for people to see or to know. You'll find it on YouTube. You'll find it at those conventions, those other people's books.
Bigfoot lovers, wishful thinkers.
Wishful thinkers. These people, they get these kind of people deeper into situations instead of helping them get out of these situations.
So everything in her body and spirit, all those words, terrifying and all those things.
That's the truth.
Yeah, that's the reality of it. But now she's listening to these people, so it's twisting around into her head. And now she's convinced that, well, it must be something she misinterpreted, or if she's just comes at it in a certain way, it won't be so scary. And yeah, foolishness.
Book among like friends of mine, but it's, you know, if I could just get a journal page of something, I'd be pretty stoked about that. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's like everything is connected, and I feel like the fear, like the terror of being in the woods again, which means so much to me, and like feeling like that had been taken away from me. I have spent like the last 3 years since this event happened, like really learning to deal with like how to manage fear, how to regulate your emotions, how to let an experience pass through you without taking you over. And so I think that what I would do was just work on like.
So she's been in therapy, and she's been trying to learn how to cope with what happened.
And pretend it wasn't as scary as it was.
Yeah, to try to make it seem like, to make it seem like what happened wasn't that bad. And to not let, as she said, to not let that fear take over. So she's having problems, and she's talking to these convention people, these idiots, these Bigfoot researchers who are giving her the wrong information. And if she goes back out there using what she's been told by those people, she may not come back. Trying to do what would get her in trouble.
Like distress tolerance, do some deep breathing, be calm. There was a time that I encountered a violent individual. I was at work and he attacked us.
Okay, we won't need to hear that part. That's not.
They're making her feel guilty for a healthy
Security guard.
Yeah.
Another employee went.
And she's trying to say, if you can talk calm and rational, that it's going to be okay. If you talk calm and rational to a hungry bear, or
will it calm down?
Yeah, will it calm down? To a hungry 4-foot wolf or wolf pack, will it calm down? Or a mountain lion that's got cubs, and you just walked up in the wrong area, and you're going to talk calm to it, it's not going to calm down.
Alligator going to listen to you?
An alligator, you get too close to that river,
Rub its little nose.
yeah, it's not going to calm down. It's going to have a meal. And this person here has not had an encounter, a face-to-face encounter, to see the size and what it looks like in the face.
No kidding. This is just from the thump and the feeling. And now, on top of the terror, they've got her feeling guilty about feeling the terror.
Yeah. You walk up on something this big, or something that War Chief's seen. You see something like this out there, walk up on.
War Chief 6 foot tall, and when he turned around, that thing was just a few feet behind him, and he was below its belly button.
See if you walk up on something like this, see if you can't get it to calm down. Find this thing in the dark. See if you can get it to calm down. See this thing in the brush. See if you can get it to calm down. Or this thing waiting for you on your front porch for you to come out.
Hey, go back one. Look how her hair, look how little ugly looks with a big head of curly hair.
Oh, wow.
That's wild.
Hey, let me take that screen
and
off.
took care of him. And I
I never saw him with.
Wow, that's a weird picture. Little ugly. Look at that.
Little ugly got a new hairdo.
You got a new hairdo.
Okay.
That's a crazy picture.
It is.
I wonder what this one look like. No,
You know, that one just fit just right.
that's the only one that fit right there.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, we're just looking at this. The ugly got hair. It kind of goes too.
It does.
Wow, that is a crazy picture. Wow. Anyway. So she's trying to cope with all this stuff, and she hasn't had the face-to-face.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen the 2,000, 3,000 pound, 15, 20
That's
foot,
exactly what I was thinking.
hungry, snarling, long clawed, sharp,
Drooling.
drooling,
She heard
fangs,
3 thumps.
wings or hoof feet, alligator faced. She hadn't seen all that. She's thinking Chewbacca because these other these researchers, not others, but these researchers and people who write books who hadn't even seen these things or think that they all look the same like Chewbacca. Those people get these people in danger. They put them right in danger. A lot of them will say, go out there and feed them and go out and make a connection.
It's because you had the wrong intentions.
They don't-
You did something wrong.
They don't mind putting them out there.
No,
But they're not going out
No.
there themselves.
So on top of the trauma, the PTSD, which she clearly has,
Yeah.
they've got her feeling guilty too now on top of that.
Because she yelled. Because her body took over.
She misinterpreted.
I distracted this guy while the cops showed up. And I remember just intuitively understanding, of course, he's not a cryptid, he's just a person who was really unwell. And I started speaking to him and just like slow, calm, hey man, it's okay. I know this is a bad day for you. We're going to get it figured out. I think that's the energy that I would bring to that because
Do you?
now.
Do you? You think so? You can't even talk about it without getting your blood pressure up and sweating and
She hadn't even seen it. The size.
She thinks she'll bring that energy now because these people she's getting her information
And she ain't
from
6 foot.
have her convinced.
She ain't 6 foot tall. She looks about 5'5", probably. So she would be about, about where the thigh
Right.
is. Could you imagine her standing against the thigh of a huge Bigfoot? And that's, 10, 15, that's a good sizable. If she was standing up against a 20 foot, she would be just about the knee kind of area.
Yeah.
Looking up at this hungry thing, and it's looking down at her like, I just got me a meal. And she's going to say, I'm going to be calm, I'm going to talk to it, and I'm going to bring that energy. Man, be cool. I'm
Be
cool too.
I'll be cool.
If you be cool, I'll be cool.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out. Let me get you some huckleberries. I got some huckleberries. And a little bitty pail.
I know I left a pail around here somewhere. I can like one for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I left one up here
Yeah.
somewhere. No, young lady.
Much less, we're talking about just seeing one. She hadn't even seen one, much less a
The
group.
group of them surrounding her, all hungry. And she's out there trying to do the
The noble thing or whatever it is, they've got her convinced that she needs to be. Man, these people.
How do these people still have people listening to them in this day and age when these things are? We got so many missing people. We got in our tracker means we got missing people that's never been found.
These people that will block us for trying. We've been blocked from so many groups and many we've stepped out of for warning people about these monsters.
Oh,
Because they want to believe, just like she desperately wants to believe, even though everything in her tells her that is a lie, that these are friendly forest creatures or some sort of animal that just needs understanding.
Yeah. But those people, the conventions that these people go to, and she said she went to a convention,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where that's where they got to her
Started educating herself.
with the wrong people.
They have nothing to lose by her going out there.
And so, Sonya, if you ever can get your hands on this book, get it and read it. Buy this one too, and also buy this one, and you'll get your answers.
Now that this isn't just like something that shouldn't exist and I have a better handle on it, I think that I could meet it with like more equanimity and compassion.
Do you?
She's trying to go woke with the Bigfoot.
Oh my goodness. Even her body right there is telling her no.
She can't make her. Yeah.
Her body is about to.
Ah. The body language always gives them away.
Yeah. Her body said no, no. We're lucky we got out of there.
It's not your fault, Sonya. As far as it's not your fault to know that these are dangerous things. That's realistic. That's the truth. It is your fault if you keep putting yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
And so I think that
I think.
Stuttering again.
And don't, if you gotta say I think or maybe this and maybe that, if you start off with I think, you don't know, Sonya. And if you start off with I think and you go with that, not knowing, it's going to get you served up on a dinner plate.
Yeah, and then when your body was to get out of there, there was no I think then. You knew.
Mm-hmm.
Your body knew, you knew. But your mind just...
That was the reality. That was what was really happening. It wasn't when you got to the conference, you heard all these other people who hasn't had that experience trying to tell you, you just need to go out there with peace and love and good intentions and all this other BS. But these people are getting other people like this in dangerous situations because she's thinking she can go out there now and
maybe
talk to a
bring some
Bigfoot.
apples.
Yeah, and have a picnic with a Bigfoot as long as she is calm and collective.
Think she could convince her friend to go back with her if she tells him we just got to be chill, bro?
And especially after she could tell her and said, watch this, then we'll go out. She said, you lost your mind. Call me when you get back.
and so I think that the orientation of like my mind and emotions to the scenario would help.
She don't even believe it. Do you see all that blinking going on? She was blinking like she was a strobe light. I think
maybe
that
if I throw in enough $5 words, it'll be the truth.
Yeah. Watch her eyes. When she's
traumatized.
She starts blinking like a strobe light.
Emotions to the scenario would help me to.
Ooh. Her body said, "Hold on." Her body said, "Hold on."
Your body's saying,
no.
Spirit saying,
no, we're not going out there with you. Your own body's saying, "I ain't going out there with you."
Emotions to the scenario would help me to respond calmly. And
she can't respond calmly now.
Talking about it.
Just talking about it. You don't do it. Don't put yourself.
Don't feel guilty about not doing it.
Yeah, you know it's
Write
there.
in your journal your terrifying experience and leave it at that.
Yeah, your journal right now.
You don't
Write
have to
down
prove anything.
Write down the first 10 minutes of what you just said and read that over and over. Petrified, prey, predator, spinning around in circles, running, scared.
We got it. If you need
heart
the
in your
list,
throat. Just read all that, and that's your answer. That's the reality.
Maybe with a little less panic and a little more grace.
I don't think you're going to run in. No. if you actually see one, that panic is going to increase, and that grace is not going to be anywhere around. You're going to be spinning again, trying to get out of there, and
Yeah.
you're not a track star, Sonya.
Look, this was my first little. This was my first little Bigfoot journal. I got it from a Bigfoot tourist shop, and I've got some little bad advice in here for people, and it says, I found Sasquatch huts in back 7. One was absolutely beautiful, complete with a fence around it. That was the very first real good structure that I found, and then I found all the others. This was in East Texas, close to a trail and tracks. Left them food, oranges, apples, and a rock stack. Yay, me! Because I got that advice.
No!
Because I got that advice from the only Bigfoot, the kind of people that she's talking to.
Called tap.
And then I learned all about doing glyphs and glyphs. Didn't have that book at the time. Didn't have any of these books before we wrote those. So then I got those glyphs, and then I got the pattern of me leaving glyphs. So that's a pattern of leaving sticks, because we're going to communicate, and I'm going to leave them a message with them, and they're going to leave me one, and we're going to pretend that each other knows what the other one is even meaning by any of this. And it's the pattern of the sticks. And so then you got that, and then I did that for a while, and there was some videos, and then do not gift. It's dangerous and stupid.
Let's put that up there. And so what she wrote in her journal later.
Yeah, that was the next entry after the glyphs and the back and forth with the glyphs. So, I've been stupid, Sonya. I've been misinformed and disinformed and misguided.
And listen to almost the same people that you probably listen to.
And look, here's the very, very last. I thought that was the last entry, but there was one more. This was years ago. Bigfoots and or demons, all that. You think you are observing and training them, but you are being groomed. And then it wasn't too long after that we met.
Yeah, I
And then
remember
I
when
realized I already knew, and after they were setting traps for my grandson, setting traps for me, and so been there, Sonya.
Yeah. And listening to the same people that she was probably listening to. I mean, Sonya's probably listening to the same people, and they're still spreading that same garbage that's going to get people harmed.
If you respect them, they'll respect you.
She's thinking that she can go out there and just be peaceful and calm. And I guarantee you see something that's that close to you and you don't have a weapon. And if you got a weapon, they know what a weapon is. They're not going to come that close to you. They may try to lure you, but they're not going to go intentionally try to get wounded or harmed, because their buddies are carnivores, and they are also cannibals.
To themselves, not cannibals as in, they're not like man, but
They will eat themselves. I mean, they will eat their buddies. They will eat not their buddies. I don't like using that humanistic word, but
the other people in the troops.
yeah, if there's one wounded and it's bleeding, they love that smell of blood, and that one that's wounded can't fight off is going to be eaten. They're food too. She don't know how dangerous these predators are.
I've had people ask me if they thought that the fear was like endogenous to me or was being projected to me by whatever the subject was in the woods. And to that, I say, I don't know.
Should have stopped right there.
That's true.
She should have stopped right there. But she's going to give
her theory after all these other words.
No, she's going to talk about what these researchers are going to be saying.
Mm-hmm.
that it was projected onto you, so it's not yours, so you don't have to worry about it. You're not the one that was scared. But her body was shaking, knees knocking, ready to
Nauseating.
run, and ran, looking all over the place.
Survival.
Yeah, that's the reality, Sonya.
If you know, I'm very agnostic about it. I'm not sure. The fact that it was
But they already gave her that suggestion.
Yeah.
Because her reality is what happened.
Yeah. You were sure that day.
You were
Both
sure
of
that
those
day.
days. You were sure.
Yeah.
usually like almost exaggerated sense of fear for the situation. Like I didn't see anything, nothing harmed me.
You're not trusting your baby, you're not your body, or listening to your mama.
And she's trying to say that it was an exaggerated sense of fear, like it couldn't have been from her because it was an exaggerated, over the limit. Like it must have came from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But no, that was your body shaking. You was in a trap.
You had a good reason to feel that way.
And there was only two ways your body knew. Either we're going to swim and get caught out here in the middle, or we're going to go and step right into whatever this thing that just threw a 7-foot log at you.
Death by drowning or teeth.
Yeah. And that body was shaking. And dogs do that. When dogs know that they don't have a way out, they will just start shaking. I mean, when they know they're in a dangerous situation and there's something that's going to eat them, they will just sit there and just shake. Yeah. And that's the situation she was in. Her body was saying the same thing. Now she's going to talk herself out of it.
Has made me consider the possibility that
these researchers has made you consider that possibility. Mm-hmm. You was, out of your mind, shaking, knees knocking. That was you.
That I was being influenced by whatever the subject was, which isn't.
She can bring herself to say the Bigfoot or the predator Bigfoot, whatever the subject was.
Whatever the subject was.
Quit worrying about trying to.
We was talking the other day with some people. We said, it's okay to say Bigfoot in front of us. We don't care. We know it's out there. Or it could be a dog man, or what we call walking wolves. It could be.
You can say monster.
Monster or creature would be even more definite definition because
predator.
It has so many different forms that it uses. Man, bear, pig, Batman, Total Frog, Batman, man, bear, pig, whatever it was. But she's trying to say it wasn't her, it was the thing projecting. Son, you're defeating the purpose of learning.
Out of the ordinary, we know tigers use infrasound. We know elephants communicate in low frequencies. So I'm willing to entertain the possibility that I was responding to an outside stimulus for sure.
Oh my goodness. She don't believe it herself.
She's going to make her feel guilty for thinking that.
And she's saying that they projected it instead of it
her
being her body.
Instinct.
Yeah, her body trying to warn her, trying to keep her safe. She's trying to say, oh, they just projected it to me. No.
If you are afraid to go out into the woods because you're scared of Bigfoot, I remind people, you'll hear lots of people say this, like they've been out there. It's like.
Now, this is her opinion, right? Now she's trying to say, if you're scared of Bigfoot, and she said, people have told her they've been out there.
Yes, there's cougars in the woods, but you're not going to really know about it. They've been out there. And I would encourage you to live your life and not be frightened about the possibility of those encounters, because I have read a whole bunch of cases.
Would you?
You've what? You've read?
You'd encourage people to go ahead out there so that they can feel all these things. And we love the woods.
Because she read.
We've been in the woods all our lives.
30 years. I ain't never seen no Bigfoot. Says what?
We're fully aware of what's out there, and we're not going to underestimate it. We're not going to.
But she's read
sugarcoat
books.
it. She's read books though now. She's educated herself. And
She's watching YouTube.
she's listening to researchers.
She's been to a conference.
And this is what they're telling her what to think when her body already told her what to know.
Her body, what happened was the reality, but she's listening to these conferences, she's reading books, listening to those researchers who hadn't been in that situation. And they're telling her, you know, as long as you're cool, as long as you're calm, you know, they won't bother you.
Bring me something.
Here, read this book. I have never seen one, so but read this book. And we was at a conference, or not a conference, but a Bigfoot festival in Hornaby, and Scott was with us, and those book writers knew that we was out there. And Scott goes in there, and he comes back out later, and he goes, you know, they said there's no such thing as Bigfoot experts.
But here, buy my book.
Yeah, but they're selling books in there. You're like, what? Well,
Why are we listening to you?
why are you up here in front of us? You say you're not an expert. Why are you up here speaking to us right now? You should be in the stand somewhere.
But a lot of these are people that profit off of these tours.
What they're telling her.
Yeah, the tours, the books, and that's their motivation, not to keep people safe.
Nope.
Reports, thousands of them, and 99.9% of the time.
That's a made that up. 99.9% of the time.
She's a liar.
Show me that statistic.
Show us that statistic.
99.9%.
Show us that statistic. Wherever you come up with it, show it to us. Was it in the book? Was it on YouTube?
Was it at a convention?
Does anybody believe that was 99.9% that Bigfoots won't bother you?
Human, Bigfoot look at each other. Bigfoot walks away. Human is traumatized, and
Yeah,
I think
human
we
is
could do a lot worse for
traumatized, or
interactions with our own species. So I would say just, you know, don't let it control you. Stay centered in yourself.
stay centered in yourself. Yeah, stay centered in yourself, man.
Oh, okay, I'll turn this back around. Give us 1 second.
Can we plug this light back on?
Yeah. We're gonna turn
Stay
this
centered,
around.
man.
We'll be right there.
I will say that's nothing. I didn't do that. I was like, no, yeah, this is bad. This is very, very bad. And I don't feel guilty for saying this is bad and this is dangerous and this is predatory. And you can't convince me otherwise.
Put it back. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's her name? Sonya is, let's see, a war chief.
War chief says that poor woman has not a clue of what she's talking about.
She sure don't.
Not when she's arguing with her own self like that.
And she's going to go and tell other people that that book said, or that researcher at the conference said, as long as you stay calm or be good and come out there with a good attitude, that, you know, they're going to have tea and coffee with you. And
99.9% of the time.
99.9% of the time. But even that, there's still a percentage when it's not.
If the person's got a bad attitude.
Yeah. Appalachian Mountain
Hey,
Man.
Appalachian, we've been wondering how you're doing.
He said, I'll stay centered in Jesus.
There you go.
Yeah, this woman never mentioned
No,
Jesus.
they never do.
Never mentioned praying, anything. And we've been out in the field, I would say for far too long, because we brought everything. What have we not brought to people to know that these things are out there, that these things are dangerous, these things hunt? You know, even like the one that we got the video in the tree, they've killed Is it 9 out of 12 horses?
No, now it's 11 out of 12.
11 out of 12
if the
horses.
12th one's still alive, we haven't checked in a while.
Yeah, if the last one's still alive. We got the photos, we got the pictures, we got the tracks, and we used to take casts, but there's so many out there. We're just like, we want one. Like we had our friends come in and they wanted to get a cast of a foot or a Bigfoot, and so we just went out and did some scouting and said, okay, here's a good one, let's cast it, and came back. That's how many. They're everywhere. Don't think they're hard to find.
They're in the cities, they're in the towns, they're in the sewage system.
Big cities, small
canals,
cities, railroad tracks,
parks, city parks, Houston city parks.
where the homeless are.
Oh man, yeah.
Behind dumps,
Walmarts,
food places.
Yeah, restaurants and hotels, and
they're eating in those dumpsters.
wherever there's food and trash, apartment dumpsters. The apartment near here, we just did that. It's ridiculous where they are. We're not trying to scare everybody, but we don't ensure us trying to make everybody aware, and don't take it as a joke. Don't take it as a. Don't be one of them stupid people that says, I have to see it myself to believe. Well, you may end up with some trauma you can't handle.
Yeah.
Why do you have to see it to use? I don't have to see a cannibal eating a human to believe that there's cannibals out there that are eating humans.
And most of the people who said, I ain't seen nothing, they're in bed by 8. Or they're watching TV till 10.
Watching Finding Bigfoot.
Finding Bigfoot. Got the TV going. They don't know what's going on at night. And we don't recommend you doing the things that we do. But you can learn from the things that we've done.
The Bigfoot documentary, we made it free. It's up there.
The Bigfoot documentary at Sasquatch Choctaw Tracking. It's on YouTube. It's free. Watch that. Get some information. Read these books. Get some more information.
We're not trying to teach people how to find them or where to find them. We just want you to know how to keep them away from your home.
Yeah. I was going to say in our new book, well, we was talking about making a documentary like that.
Yeah.
But that's, anyway. We're trying to make people more safer out there by sharing information of what no other channels are showing. There's more channels out there that still don't even know themselves. Never been in those situations. No photos, no video of these things. And they're the ones with, I mean, even hers was like 24,000 or something like that views and things like that. So people are watching those channels, getting the wrong information, and then heckling the people with the right information.
People are still arguing over the Patty film.
Yeah, they're still talking about that.
It doesn't even make a difference. If, there's so many other, people have been so far past the Patty film for so long.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that I swear that's a way to distract people.
Yeah. And there's so much AI out there now.
Yeah, that makes it hard.
Don't fall for all that stuff. They're doing all that AI just to confuse you. If they can put too much out there, you're going to say, well, and there's other people there that call themselves experts who are falling for the AI. You're not going to catch these things walking up to a web trail cam and waving.
Yeah.
Or looking at the trail cam, or you're not going to find that. But on these AI and all these TikTok things, they're out there like that. So be aware of that. Those are to confuse you. Because we showed you that some of them's got an alligator-looking face. Some of them fur cover the entire face. You just see the white of the eyes. Some of them do look like the Patty. Some of them look like cats. Depends on what they eat.
Some look like giant rabbits.
Some look like pigs. Some look like dogs. Some look like horses. We've got
Deer.
um, moose, cougars.
You're going to pick up all those traits. So, what is that one? The Spider Squatch DNA. Check out that playlist.
Yeah, and that's also in the Bigfoot and Spiritual Warriors Path book.
And also, and in the Peculiar Path channel, Peculiar Path with Lead Tracker E. We're over here now. The Peculiar Path with Lead Tracker E has got a playlist on there called Just the Basics. And this channel has What the Indians Say, or the Indians Talk About Bigfoot. That was a 3-part series that we did. Because a lot of people like to say, well, the Indians say that some are good, some are bad, but really that's
and we say, what Indians said that?
Which ones?
Which ones? We want to know because we'll
The
have
city
to talk
ones,
with
because
them.
that's not what the ancestors say. That's not what the grandfathers and great grandfathers and
The ones who've been warning us. Yeah, if you do hear that, let us know. Track down who said that. Because we've tried to track it down, and those finally they'll
always
just
dead ends.
dead ends.
Yeah.
So it always comes up with, or they'll say, well, have a good day, and just leave.
And a lot of these things are misinterpretations of even cave paintings and hieroglyphs and things like that. And they're reading them wrong. They're predators. They're absolutely just predators. No exceptions. If they're not predatory to you yet, you're just food in the pantry, or you're useful. The day will come. Don't play with that fire.
And don't take information from someone who doesn't know themselves. Ask them if they have encountered a Bigfoot. If they had a weapon. What got them out of there. What it exactly looked like. If they say the same Patty looking thing or the same Chewbacca looking thing, there are some out there like that, but there was this one time people had posted different Bigfoots that people had seen, and they all looked almost the same.
When you look at the AI ones, they're usually big doe eyes and Harry and the Henderson looking.
And they all look the same. If especially if people draw them, whatever, they're just drawing from Chewbacca on Star Wars.
They try to make them look friendly.
They all look the same.
The mouths are generally never as wide as what their mouths really are.
But in reality, they don't all look the same.
And these people that say they have relationships with them, they're seeing them off out there in the woodline. There's nobody that got up on it like War Chief did and said, I have a relationship with this one. Those people are not telling you the truth. They're just not. Showing you some more pictures of the variety of them. This one's sitting on somebody's front porch that's within just a couple of miles from here. They've already lost dogs to this. Grandkids and children, adult children won't come there anymore. That's the one that War Chief saw.
This was the first one that I saw. It came up on me and then turned its back to me. And there's actually two right there. There's actually more than that, but this is the two that you can see better.
You can see the silhouette of it in the black. That's the silhouette.
You have to follow it down to the hand. It looks like black leather. And if you look up between the V of that branch, that's the head part. And you can see the pointed ears like an elf. You can see the brow. Here's one in the dark. Here's one of our trackers. There's two. One of our trackers had caught. One of them looks like a cat. One of them looks like a fur all over except for that little white part. Here's that cat looking one. Depends on what they eat. That's what they're going to look like.
Show the purplish one from Tracker L.
This one is more
This one was a
humanish.
huge one. And some would even say it looks cute.
It looks human. It looks like Down syndrome.
It will eat you.
It will eat you.
This one was outside a busy stickball stadium. Actually, there's two there. There's one on the left, straight on, and then there's the darker one on the right.
Yeah.
People with baby carriages going, baby strollers going by, and
Looks like a
no
dog or a
idea
cat.
that it was in those woods.
Yeah. And again, here's that alligator face one. No two look alike. But if you see the drawings, you like, they all look alike. Or AI, they all look alike. They don't. And that's how you know it's fake. They all don't look alike. They all got different attributes.
And all these,
Some got wings, some got hooves,
Yeah,
some got
all
chicken
these-
legs.
these are hybrids that they're calling different things, but they all belong under that same predator, unnatural spider squatch DNA. Watch those videos.
Some of them's got an owl head with the body of a snake. Things like that. Some are big, some are small, some are. There's just too many
3
different
toes,
hybrids.
6 toes,
3 toes, 6 toes,
hooved.
5 toes.
All these monsters fall under that same umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and say a prayer and close up for the night, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Father, we pray for Sonya that you will remove her from, or cause her to remove herself from the company of fools that are leading her in the wrong direction and making her feel guilty for following the wisdom that you put into her body and her spirit. Lord, help her mind to catch up with what's going on. Don't let her fall for these foolish people that are giving bad advice, and so many people are being put into danger by these conference leaders and researchers and authors and Bigfoot lovers and people that just want to believe. Lord, please just shut them up or help them to see the light themselves, whatever, Lord, just so they quit bringing people into danger. Thank you for your protection over this channel. Please give people the eyes to see and the ears to hear. There's so many predators out there prowling around, Lord, and you tell us this is so. The devil comes in many forms. The enemy comes in many forms. Always prowling around, literally seeking whom they may devour, body and spirit, Lord. You warn us, and Lord, let more people take it seriously. Let them be spiritually protected, physically protected, mentally protected, and with wisdom and with knowledge. That's a whole lot easier. Help us to know our enemy, Lord, in all its forms. We thank you. In Jesus' name, the name of Yeshua. Amen.
All right. Everybody have a great night. We'll see y'all again very soon. And thank y'all all for being here. We do appreciate everyone who does come and watch the Watch It Wednesdays.
We do. Yeah.
We love doing these. So the more people we can help, share and get this out to other people if you like. Also hit that like button if you get a chance.
It makes a difference.
It helps the algorithm to get out to more places.
It'll make it recommended to more people, but not if we're getting, under 100 views.
Mm-hmm.
We'll bring you the meat, people.
Yeah. So everyone have a great night, and we will see you again very soon.
So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone who's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.
Footsteps walking when I do, I hear the sound, but see nothing as I look around. I see many eyes shining, following everywhere I go. Every time I look in the dark, they're looking at me. A foul smell in the air as people walk around without a care. Shadows in the corner of my eye, but when I turn to look, there is nothing there. A blur passes by, but what do I see? Only that. Who calls my name from the forest, the same as my father do? My hair stands up on the back of my neck. I feel sick and dizzy now, disoriented, spinning around. A large wolf on 2 feet follows me, lurking and smirking from tree to tree, whistling for me to look as a clawed hand waves. My body tries to tremble, but I'm staying brave. Something sways back and forth, I look away. I remember my mother always told me that when I hear and see this in the woods or around town, I am to sound the alarm, but let others know predator Bigfoots are hunting, and I should go and let her know. My father knows what to do as he calls to other men too. Mothers find their children and let them know to stay close. Stay in the house and pull the shades down. Hold your breath and don't make a sound. On from the teaser before the predator Bigfoots are back and hungry for more. Man and woman form lines to clear the land. The brushes beat as townspeople walk from the street to the wood line, moving slow into the woods now, making no sound as a gifting tree is found. Food and children's items with sales and flowers too. Why would someone do this to our town? Putting us all in danger. The shoes of a stranger are seen. Someone has been feeding predator Bigfoots near our family's home. Trees bowed and pulled down, sharpened spikes placed in the ground as the forest goes quiet. Not a bird, cricket or frog. The trees are still, the forest has a chill. Weapons now ready as all know the sign that predator Bigfoots are around. Now it's a trap as he slaps on a tree. A whoop over there and a breath next to me. Now whoops everywhere behind every tree. A raven's call, but that's not all. Coyote sounds, how his broken branches are heard. A baby's cry, I hear a hoot, and an owl flies by a call for help. Then the sound of a scream, like a dream will come to the reality of now. Predator Bigfoots all around, the dead the predators are down.